If you are a recent graduate, an early stage professional, or someone who took a break for a while and is now ready to re enter the workforce, our accelerated skills acquisition program will put you ahead and give you an uncommon advantage. In this masterclass, we're going to look at a practical approach to value innovation. A practical approach to value innovation. And this is a practical approach, as the title implies. You will see it live. We'll show you exactly what that looks like. Okay. And this is part of our mission, what we've called Mission 2046. You are going to learn more about that as we go along. And we're going to draw out ideas from Blue Ocean Strategy. If you've not read that book, you should go read it. Then we'll show you how we have applied principles, those Blue Ocean Strategy principles. Interestingly, all of these things, we realize them in retrospect, just the way we also implemented ROWE, results only work environment. And it was only later when we were, just doing some study that we found that, oh, we didn't know that was what it was called, but we had started implementing it already. In the same way, we had been implementing Blue Ocean Strategy. We didn't know there was a name for it. It was after reading the book, so, oh, so this is what. And everybody that we had a book review at some point, and everybody that read the book was like, wow, like it was clear that, okay, this is what we have been doing. So we want to show you some principles in that regard and how that can help you to build your career or your business, whichever way. As long as you are ready to be a productive member of the workforce, whether you want to pick up a job or you want to start your own business, we're going to help you through this accelerated skills acquisition program. We're going to help you to get way, way, way ahead. We'll give you a head start and we'll give you the support that you need so that you are not starting from the bottom. Okay, you are entering from a point that makes sense. And we've had examples, we've had stories like that. We have had somebody going through our program, and this is a recent graduate. He had to start turning down jobs from big organizations that others are looking for, and the job eventually accepted. They told him, see, there's no position we can give you here. They had something else in mind before, but when they saw the quality that he was bringing on board, said there's no position we can give you here except to make you co-founder. That was how he became co-founder. We are going to hear a story later, okay, in other editions of this masterclass, because he has shared the story himself, so we can share it with you. But we're not going to talk about that today. We'll still share some other stories, but that's going to be a different story for today. So let's get into it right away. Okay, so what's Mission 2046? By the year 2046, we want to have provided purpose-driven employment for 3 million people, with each of them earning at least 10 times the minimum wage. That's why we have a global apprenticeship program. That's why we have this accelerated skills acquisition program. That's why we do a lot of recruitment. We do recruitment for organizations, and we have minimum standards. We have minimum standards when we're working with organizations. We have minimum standards that they cannot go below. So if you are recruiting for a certain role and we see that, okay, you are not you are not ready to truly reward the contributions, will advise accordingly. You understand? So the point is, we have a lot of interventions that we're putting together to solve this problem of unemployment and to achieve this mission of providing purpose-driven employment for 3 million people, with each of them earning at least 10 times the minimum wage. And I can promise you, if you go through this accelerated skills acquisition program, you complete all assignments diligently, you will achieve this within the space of maximum within the space of 3 years. We've had people that achieve it in 6 months. We've had people that achieve it in 1 year. But depending on the time that you're able to commit to it and the energy you are able to put into it, that will determine how fast or how quickly you can achieve it. But we can tell you 100% that it is totally within reach. But it starts with building yourself, acquiring the relevant skills that will make you a valuable person in the marketplace. Okay, so let's take our creed, the plenipotent creed, then we go into the rest of the session. I am an ambassador of the kingdom of heaven on earth. The God kind of life is at work in me. By virtue of this supernatural advantage, I have overcome the limitations of my environment and risen to my full potential. The Almighty God has given me wisdom and power to build up vast assets that have continued to generate an abundance of wealth, bringing me to places of influence and affluence. My wealth and riches have continued to increase and multiply exceedingly, so much that accounting for them is like counting the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. I have found my place in God's eternal plan for humanity and realized his purpose for my life. I am now a blessing to everyone in my spheres of influence, for as he is, so am I in this world. Okay, before we proceed, I want you to think about this. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20 to 21. Solomon is reputed to be the wisest man that ever lived. So if he's speaking, you should listen to him. I'm reading from the Passion Translation, but I want to encourage you to read it from several other translations. You can Google it if you don't have a Bible, or you can go to Bible.com, okay, and get a Bible there and read. And like I've always said, this is not religion. There's nothing religious about it. We're just applying principles. We're picking principles from the Word of God, from the Bible, okay, and applying those principles practically in our lives and our businesses. You don't have to be a Christian to do that, okay, because the Bible is a book of life strategies. It's not just a religious book. So anybody can pick life strategies from it, apply it to their work, apply it to their lives. Okay, so let's read this. Wisdom's praises are sung in the streets and celebrated far and wide. Yet, wisdom's song is not always heard in the halls of higher learning. But in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, its lyrics can always be heard above the din of the crowd. Now, the idea is that wisdom is shouting, wisdom is calling, wisdom is available for everybody. And the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. So you need wisdom to live your life. That's why a lot of people are struggling. You are putting in all the effort. I was there at some point too, and it's part of the process, but you should not be there forever. Now, you are putting in a lot of effort and you're not getting commensurate value in return. It's because you don't have the wisdom to apply in that situation. The Bible speaks of a man. It's also Solomon that wrote that about the man who saved a city. He saved a city with his wisdom. And army was coming. Sorry, he saved a small town, not a city. The king of a big city was coming with a large army against that small town, and they didn't know what to do. But this wise man, there was a wise man in the small town that was able to save the city by his wisdom. So that war did not destroy the city. The war did not even happen. The wise man was able to use his wisdom to avert, that catastrophe. But nobody remembered him now because he was poor. So he had wisdom to avert a catastrophe. He had wisdom to deal with battle and all of that, but he did not have wisdom for finances, and then he was poor. So he was a poor wise man. You don't want to be a poor wise man. You don't want to be somebody that is creating a lot of value and does not know how to communicate that value and does not know how to capture value in return. We're going to be discussing that and showing practical ways to do that throughout this program. You need to know how to create value, not the three C's: create value, communicate value, and then capture value in return. I used to create value, communicate value. At first I used to create. I've always created value to be honest with you, as long as I can remember. I started my first business in primary 4. I was making toy televisions with one of my friends then. Okay, his name is Jeremy Taiwo. Now we're making toy television. I hope he remembers too. We're making toy. He will definitely remember because we were so successful that we hired 2 of our classmates then. Okay, and we were paying them daily wages, and we're making toy televisions. Our fellows, pupils in primary 4. They were buying it. So I'm just saying. So I've always known how to create value by God's grace. I've always created value as long as I can remember, but I didn't know how to communicate the value I was creating. Then I didn't know how to capture value in return. And many of you are in that situation. If you go through this program diligently, you will solve those problems. Once you know how to create value, communicate value, capture value in return, you will live a more fulfilling life. Okay. Now, what do I want to point out here? All of these things that I just talked about, you don't learn them in school. Like this verses, wisdom song is not always heard in the halls of higher learning. You may have a PhD, you may have 6 PhDs, and you still want to know how to create value, communicate value, and capture value in return. But in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, as you are working on real projects, that's why it's not just about, hey, I want to take this course, I want to take that course, I'm taking this certification, that certification. Sometimes those things are necessary, sometimes, but most of the time you don't really need that. Now, except you are doing it as a means to an end deliberately, okay? Because it is in the hustle and bustle of everyday life when you are in the trenches for real, not those that are just in there in the trenches. When you are in the trenches for real, when you are really doing the work, okay, that is when you get wisdom. That is when you acquire wisdom, because you do some things wrong, you get corrected. You do some things right, you take note of that, you will receive feedback. It is called education of the road. Okay, you cannot just be an armchair philosopher and saying, and I have friends like that. When you listen to them, they are solid. I mean, like, you think they are solid because the words are no, but the results of their life don't match up. And I was once there too. I was once there. So I know what it feels like. And if you are feeling that way, then what you need to do is to acquire wisdom, okay, by entering the hustle and bustle of everyday life, which is what the Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program and our Global Apprenticeship Program at the Plenipotent Company Network is going to give to you practically. You will see stories of people that have gone through this, what they achieved, and even apart from stories, right in this session, we're going to demonstrate some of these things. You will see them for yourself. Okay, so think about that. Now, we're going to pick some highlights from the book Blue Ocean Strategy. I'll just summarize it very briefly, then I will show you some practical ways we're implementing that, and you can now you will do an assignment to help you process it, okay, so that you can embed the learning. And the idea is this: now, what you are hitting is going to show in your body. You understand? If you are eating well, for example, you are eating the right kind of food, you are not eating junk, after a while, it will, the appearance, will show. You understand? Okay, don't let me give you. Okay, let me. Recently, my mom, was returning, from, she traveled somewhere, she was returning, so I went to meet her, and to welcome her, because I was not going to be, around, but I met her midway, and she said, you are looking good, and all that. You didn't look, because there was a way I was looking before. There was a way I was looking before when I was not eating well, and then now she saw that, okay, fine, I've adjusted, and all. She said, okay, Adam, okay, fine. The point is this: when you eat, what you eat is going to show in your body over time. It's the same way with your mind. Okay, when you consume the right kind of information in your mind, and you don't just consume that information, you process it, you digest it. The way you eat food and digest food, so you digest that information, is going to show in your results. So we're going to give you an assignment that will help you digest everything you are getting from this session. So take notes and listen attentively. So we give you an assignment to help you digest those things, and we'll do that in every of our sessions, all of the master classes, okay, in the course of this program. So once you complete that assignment diligently, you'll be able to process all of these things, and the results will show in your career, in your business, whatever it is, okay, that you are doing. So I'm just going to summarize some of the ideas that I have digested, okay, from the Blue Ocean Strategy, okay, to help you get the process started. Okay, now, the concept revolves around the idea that, okay, an ocean can be red or it can be blue. Now, naturally, the ocean is blue, like, naturally, blue is the color of water, quote and unquote. You get what I mean? Now, so, but the point is this: imagine that there are sharks in the ocean fighting, for territory. One shark is saying, no, don't enter my territory. The other shark is saying, no, this is my territory. They are all trying to protect their territories. And that is what the business world looks like. There is a competitive environment. That's why they say, oh, what's your competitive advantage? Okay, keep track of your competition, all of those things. But the truth is that you don't even need to worry about the competition. You can make the competition irrelevant. And that is what we are showing you in this program. Whether you are looking for a job, or you are looking for customers for your business, whatever it is, you can make the competition irrelevant. You can be in a class of your own. And that is what we are in the Plenipotent Company. We don't even have any competition. There was a day somebody reached out to me. The person was the person he is, because she's still in that business. She's in the same kind of business that we do, at least some aspects of our business. And she asked some questions. The way I responded to her, gave her step by step all of the details, she was shocked. She said, because she was expecting me to just give some, because, yeah, just like maybe just some guidance. But I gave her everything, and I do that all the time. From time to time, I share stuff, but I'm changing some of the strategies now, because you don't give everything to everybody. You give to those that are building with you. But the point is that, because I know that even though you are in the same business, giving you the ideas is not going to affect the way we implement our own. Is different. The ideas are the same, and you can go about it, how you like and all. But the point is this: the point I'm making is this: collaboration is the new competition. Okay, you want to look for ways to collaborate. You want to look for ways to, create value in a way that nobody can compete with you. And that's the concept of value innovation. You are creating so much more value, okay, at a price that is far less, okay, than what it should be. Okay, so you know how to create value, but you are creating that value in a way that it is costing a lot less. You are increasing value and reducing cost at the same time. So how can you do that? We'll see some examples as we go along now. And one of the important principles of this value innovation we're talking about is providing customized solutions. And I believe that the word customized and the word customer, I believe they have the same root word, custom, like something that is made for somebody. So if you are saying customer, okay, you need to have customized solutions for your customers. You are not just, every customer is not the same. Okay, you cannot adopt a one size fits all approach. You understand? Okay, so that's important. Keep that at the back of your mind. Whether it is a job you are looking for or it is your own business you are running, all of these principles we apply, and we'll demonstrate some of these things so that you see it practically. So, what are some of the ways to achieve that? To achieve this differentiation, you want to differentiate yourself such that you are the only one. Like, no, there is nobody like you, and that's the way it should be. Your DNA, you are the only one that has your DNA, your fingerprints. Like you are the only. You are unique. Everybody is unique, so you should bring that uniqueness. You should find your unique ability. If you are looking for a job now, find your unique ability and then find out how you can use that unique ability to create value for the right kind of people or and the right kind of organization. So you get the job. That's what I've always done before we started the Plenipotent company. Okay, I studied zoology in school. For those of you that may not know, I studied zoology now. How is zoology related to what I am doing now? The very first real job that I got after school, it was a writing job. Okay, writing job, content development. Now, what does zoology have to do with that? But I had my unique ability, and I knew how to create value with that unique ability. I knew how to communicate the value, okay, that I could create, and I knew how to capture value in return, both for myself and for the organizations I would work with. Eventually I left that place. I took up a job as a journalist, and I was sub-editor in a major newspaper. Okay, now what does zoology have to do with that? But I've created value, I've identified my unique abilities, and I have seen how those unique abilities can serve the organizations that I'm going into. I started writing like as a child. I wrote my first book in primary school. Okay, then while in secondary school, I was the best essay writer throughout, in secondary school. Then I started writing for Tell magazine. Okay, Tell magazine, while in secondary school and in the university, I was a correspondent for some newspapers. And so I knew that I could write, not just saying I could write, I had the results to show for it. In the same way, you also have your unique ability. And interestingly, writing is not even my primary unique ability. There are other things, but that's not what we're talking about now. Now, some of you will already even see that for if you have related with me long enough. Now, but the point is you have a unique ability that puts you in a position to create customized solutions that will be so valuable, okay, that people will be able to, people will be willing and happy to pay for it. You understand? Okay, so that's the idea. So how can you create that customized solution? What value can you add that is different from everybody else? If you're applying for a job where maybe they want to just hire one or two people for the role, and 300 people are applying. So what is going to make you different from the 300 plus people? What is going to make you different from those 300 plus? Do you understand? So it's very important. Now, so you need to know what to eliminate, okay, what to reduce, what to raise, and what to create. By the time you read Blue Ocean Strategy, you understand this better. So there are some things that everybody is doing, but it is not necessary. It's not necessary. So you eliminate those ones. And you know that when you eliminate those things, they are not going to negatively affect, okay, the result that you get. For example, now, some of the services that we offer in the Plenipotent company, we've had people tell us, you should have a live chat on your website. People should be able to go to your website and chat with you. Fine, that's going to come at a cost. Okay, you are going to need to have dedicated people, there to be responding and all. But from experience, we found that, so you see, this live chat is not useful for us. And instead of that, we created something else. Okay, we have a WhatsApp chat. Okay, you can initiate WhatsApp chat with us. You can send us, a message from our contact form, and then almost, like in a short space of time, we respond. Now that is cheaper for us, and it is more effective, and it allows us to provide the same quality of service. It does not reduce the quality of our service, but it reduces the cost. So we can offer high level service. That's why we say that we offer our clients the quality and reliability of a large corporation while innovating with the ease and flexibility of a small business. So we've eliminated a lot of things that are not necessary. Then we've created other things, okay, that others are not even thinking about. For example, now this apprenticeship program, accelerated skills acquisition program, all of our training programs, they are things that we have created, and most organizations are just looking for, see, let's just, nobody has time to be doing all of this for people that you don't even know whether you will get value from them or not. Okay, they are recent graduates, we don't have time to be training, we want people that are already experienced. That's the kind of, that's the model for our kind of work. You are looking for people that are already experienced, but we are changing the paradigm. Okay, we're saying people that others have rejected, that they say they don't have the experience, people that they say they don't have the skills, bring them. Those are the kind of people we're looking for. Do you understand? So we are creating something entirely different. We're changing the paradigm. So if you are going to apply the principles of value innovation, the principles covered in Blue Ocean Strategy, these are some of the things you need to do. Then there are some things you should be doing, but you should reduce them. Okay, you should reduce those things because they don't really count as much as they seem. For example, for us in the Plenipotent Company, social media, now we have almost eliminated it, but we did not eliminate it, but we have reduced it, like drastically reduced it. Now, some of our training videos are on YouTube, so we're not going to say we're totally off social media as a company. Then we use WhatsApp, so we're not going to say we are totally off social media. But Facebook, Twitter, we don't use those platforms. A time may come when we will start using them again. But we got to a point where we realize that, see, this thing is not really adding value to us. We're not saying something is wrong with social media, no. But for our business model, for the kind of thing that we do and the way we are doing it, we don't need social media. It looks like, yes, the ink is important, but we don't need it. Now, if we find other ways to create value from it, capture value from it, and integrate it into our value innovation process, then we can start. But right now, and interestingly, when we stopped being active on social media, we started having more results, more impact. We were making more money. Things were, do you understand? So it's clear that, see, just reduce it or even eliminate it eventually. Then how can you now raise the value you are creating? How can you, so look at the experiences of your clients or the outcomes that your employer is looking for. Okay, so focus on those things. How can you increase their level of satisfaction in those areas? So if you combine these four actions, you know what to eliminate, what to reduce, what to raise, and the new things to create, you are going to be able to apply these concepts of value innovation and then the principles of Blue Ocean Strategy, where you created uncontested market space. So you have your own market space. As a professional, for example, you, like, everybody wants to work with you. You are applying for a job, they don't want to lose you. You are saying you want to leave your current place, they are begging you, please, okay, what do you want? Can we renegotiate your salary? Okay, do you want to start working from home? And do you understand? Or they say, okay, don't worry, but sometimes some employers can be like, they don't care, but they know the value you're adding, but they're pretending they don't care. But you too, you won't care in that sense because you know the value you have to offer. Recently, okay, I don't want to mention names, but those of you that okay, I can even mention it. It's a public story. Now, there are other sides to it. There is another side to it. Now, the CEO of OpenAI, now he left, or they asked him to go, and now they asked him to return again. Fine, I'm not going into the details of the story, but the point is that when you know how to create value and communicate value, and you create a niche for yourself, you created uncontested market space, nobody can threaten you. Okay, if they say you should go, thank you. You can go start your own thing. You can go somewhere else. A bigger place will open up to absorb you. That's the summary. Look at someone like Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She was a minister in Nigeria, I think twice or thereabout. Yes, twice, if not, yes. And, but the point I want to make is this. When she left, some people will leave and then they become irrelevant. When she left, now she's all over. She's all over the place. They had to create an office for her in World Bank, a number of other things she's on. Now, look at someone like Mr. Akinwumi Adesina too. Now, the point is, when you know how to create value, there are lots of them like that. Mrs. Ibukun Awushika, you can, now I'm mentioning these people because these are popular figures that you know, that you can check out their stories, you can see how they started, and you can see how valuable they are because they have added value to themselves. So now, and we have lots and lots of people like that you don't even know about. But the point is, you can be that kind of person and you can build that kind of business that you don't really care, quote and unquote, you don't really care, who doesn't work with you. You are not hungry for clients, okay, as a business. And as a professional looking to work somewhere, looking to get a job, you are not desperate for a job. You are not begging to apply. You understand? You are presenting the value you have, and then they are negotiating with you that, okay, how can we retain you? Do you understand? Okay, so that's the idea. Now, for those of you that are joining us live, you can type in the chat. If you have questions at any point, type in the chat. Then, if I'm asking questions, do you understand? Engage. Okay, respond. I understand. I don't understand. Explain yourself again and all. Okay, so because some of you are going to be, some of you are joining us live, some of you are going to be watching the recording. Okay, whichever way, respond. If you are watching the recording, post in the comments. Okay, so now after all of these things, then you now need to operationalize everything. You understand the ideas, you understand the insights, you need to operationalize it. You need to create a system, or you need to create systems that help you to effectively execute your work in such a way that you are implementing all of these principles that we have shared. And you can do that whether you are looking for a job, or whether you are a business looking for clients. If you are looking for a job, for example, some of the ways through which you can operationalize what we're talking about include your CV. There is a certain way you can craft your CV that anybody will sit and at least they want to speak with you. They want to interview you, okay, and know that, okay, are you the right kind of person we're looking for? So there is a way you can craft your cover letter. There is a way you can, respond in the interview. And all of these things is not by applying tactics that you learn somewhere. It's because you have become the kind of person that can create value. You are not trying to cram something from somewhere or follow a 10-step plan, to do something. It's just coming out of you naturally. You understand? So that's the idea. So what are those systems that you need to put in place? Okay, you can have a portfolio that shows what you have done. Okay, instead of just telling, okay, I can do this, I can do that. You need to show, okay, what you have done. Do you understand? So what's the goal that you are looking to achieve? Then how can you create systems for effective execution? So these are some of the important details, okay, that you pick, okay, from Blue Ocean Strategy, which we are applying, and we're going to show you how. So I'll just show you one example, okay, one example of how we implement this, and from there you'll be able to pick your own insights and how you can apply them. Then we're also going to have a live training, okay, that will demonstrate an aspect, okay, of this thing that we're talking about. Okay, so let's look at this. For example, we're going to be using our website development service, or no, not website development. We have website development service, we have website maintenance, we have a lot of other. Now, so we're going to be using our website maintenance services as an example here, as a case study. Now, where is the okay, now look at it. So this is the um, page for our website maintenance services, or website management services, whichever way it is. Now look at it. Okay, so you can review the packages, see what we have here. You can go there yourself and check it later after this session, but I want to show you some things. Now we have 3 packages. Okay, this was what it was before. We have recently even updated it, in line with new realities. So if I refresh now, I don't know why. Okay, maybe I'd opened this page long before. Now we have recently updated it. So let me reload and load the updated version. Or is the website caching the old information? Okay, yes. So this is what we have now, and that is it. When you can create value, you know how to communicate value, you know how to capture value in return. You are not competing based on price. And that's one thing you want to be careful of. As a business owner, you don't want to be competing based on price. You don't want people to say, you are too expensive, and then they are looking for the cheapest one. Those kind of people, they should be the kind of people you don't want to work with. You should not be saying, okay, so don't worry, so I will give you this discount, and so I will, and then you are now competing. Because if you are giving discounts, you can only go down to zero. That's you can only keep going down until you get to zero. So it's a race that you cannot win. But if you are raising your prices, you can continue to raise your prices and raise your prices and raise your prices to infinity. And because even when you raise your prices, the value you are creating is still a lot more, okay, than the price you are charging. Now, see how we have done this. Now, most people cannot even do this kind of thing, because see, we are even giving them options. If you don't want to work with us, you can. Do you understand? Now, so we have monthly packages, we have annual packages. Those that sign up for annual packages, they get 2 months free. Okay, so they pay for 10 months, and it's more cost effective. Okay, so it's a win-win for everybody. Now look at everything we're doing. So the idea is that this is not for everybody. There are people that they prefer to manage their website themselves. There are organizations that they prefer to hire somebody in-house to do it. But if you are looking for something solid, something that will give you peace of mind, and you can afford it, then this will be a no-brainer for you. And let me show you. Now look at the packages. You see how we are creating value and communicating the value. You understand? So we are now, anybody that looks at this knows what to expect. knows what to expect, okay, when signing up for this service. And then okay, so they can start a WhatsApp chat, okay, to let us know what they want. And if any of these plans does not work for them, they can request the customized package. They can explain, oh, this is what they want, and all of that and all of that. And some of our clients that we've worked with, we're showing what they have said about us. So we're not just saying we can do this. We've done it, we are doing it, and we can show. You understand? So that's why people that are just starting, do you know how many years we've been doing this, for example, before we're able to get to this point? Now, people that are just starting, no experience, no testimonials, nothing, and you just want to know, you have to pay your dues. You understand? So that's the idea. We have paid our dues by God's grace, and then now we can get value. Okay, we can start. It's like a farmer that is planting. Okay, you plant cocoa, you plant cashew, you plant cash crops. Cash crops will take a while to grow, to start producing for you and all of that. But once they start producing big, and they start producing for life. You understand? So that's the idea. Okay, so now look at this now. Okay, so as an example, uh, if you want to hire an organization that wants to hire a webmaster, okay, to work with them, you are going to pay. If you want to hire a good webmaster, you pay the minimum of, let's say, 150,000 naira per month. Now, and that is one person. Okay, so now you can pay 90,000, okay, per month, and you get an entire team, okay, to work with you. Now, if you want more, you can go for this. If you want more, you can go for this. And you are going to get, now we have structured it in such a way that our clients are going to get much more value, than what they are paying for. So they have peace of mind. They don't have to worry about things that don't things that are not in their areas of interest. They have more time and energy to work on the things that matter most to them. Do you understand? So you need to know. So that's what we say about customized services. So you need to know the kind of clients, okay, that you are working with. But now look at what we have done again. Now, for those that are not able to do this, we have virtual business school. We have virtual business school, virtualmentor.com.ng. You can take a course there and learn how to manage your own website by yourself. You understand? And this one you only pay once. And for those that don't even have the money to pay, we give sponsorship up to 100% sometimes, depending on the circumstances and situations. So do you understand? So different products and different interventions for different kinds of people. So this is website development for beginners, build professional websites without coding. Then we have we have a website management course also on another platform. Okay, if I go to school.plenipotent.com.ng, okay, we have a website management course there. I'm not going to log in now, but and that's another thing we're saying about creating systems for effective execution. Now, if you sign into this platform, for those of you that have gone through our orientation program, what you will see will be different, because you only see what you have been granted access to. But now, if we have somebody that says, sorry, I cannot afford these your services. Now, if I sign in with this account now, what I will see will be different. But let me sign in with the administrator account. Now, for you to understand this better, if you have not signed up on this platform, sign up. Okay, sign up on the platform for yourself and explore it. But what you will find will be different. So I am logging in as an administrator now. Let me be sure that I'm logging in as an, yes, okay. So I just want to show you something. Now we're talking about building systems. Do you see what we're saying? Now, you see all of the courses here. Now, managing your organization's websites. So anybody say, sorry, I cannot pay this. Fine, you can take this course. This one may give you for free or charge a little amount, but it's one-off. You understand? And then you can manage it. So we have that. Do you see what we're saying? So we have different courses. We have an enterprise development program and all. So, but now if I log in, see what we're saying about system. Let me log out now and log in with another account, like a member of our graduate apprenticeship program. So if I log in now with this other account, but do you know the thinking that goes into this, the practice? And we did not start this in day one. That's what I said about education of the road. So if you are just sitting here, this and that, and you are complaining, nothing but start, okay, and then you get the education of the road. You keep improving on the way. So if I sign in with this other account, you find I only find one course, okay, enterprise development primer. Do you understand? So do you see systems for effective execution? Somebody says, I cannot afford the website development services, and if this person has been a long-term client, and we have the relationship or whatever, we can find it. We can say, okay, don't worry, do you want to do it yourself? And that's another thing. There are three models to this: DIY, do it yourself. There is DFY. Before DFY, there is DIY, do it yourself. There is DWY, and you can apply this in your business. There is DWY, done with you. Then there is DFY, done for you. So this, where is it now? This one now it is the done for you. You don't have to worry about anything. We take care of everything for you. So this is the done for you model, and then that comes at a premium. You understand? Then we have the done with you, which is those that are part of our DWY. You are part of our coaching program. Okay, so we show you if you have issues, we can help you through, and all of that. Okay, then we have the DIY, do it yourself. So you just take the course, follow the steps, and you are okay. Do you understand? So everybody can pick what works for them. You understand? So we're creating value, a lot more value, and we are also driving down the cost. So everybody can come in at the level, okay, that works for them. Now, let me show you something. Now, on the average, okay, well, let me show you now. So this is an invoice. It's a real invoice that we're sending to a real client. What I just did, not even that we're sending, we have sent it. What I just did was that I changed the names so that we can protect the identity of our client. I put, the name of one of our team members, okay, Orezi. Then I put one of our businesses, and then I replaced the business details with our own details for the privacy of the client. But now look at this now. So we're asking for 484,380 naira, okay, for managing their website. Now some people say, this is too much. I can have people that can do this for me for 30,000. Yes, they can go for that. Do you understand? But the idea is that when you look at it, the value we are offering is a lot. Now, the domain name renewal, for this domain is there, the web hosting renewal, the website security and maintenance. Look at how much it is per month. Now, we said you can request customized packages. We have these, the standard packages, okay, which we have here. These three packages: primer, professional, premium. Then you can confirm your preferred plan or request the customized package. So the clients that this invoice was sent to, like I said, we've changed the name but, and the details, but the price is exactly the same. Now, so the client that this was sent to is on a customized package. So now look at how much they are paying. Whether they like it or not, they have to pay for their web hosting, even if they are managing it themselves. And then website security and maintenance, 36,000. So imagine you are paying 36,000 naira per month instead of hiring a webmaster that you are paying the person 150,000. Even if you are not paying 150,000, even if you are paying 60,000, let's even say you hire an intern and you are paying 60,000 or 50,000, okay, for the person. Now, and that is one person. Now you have an entire team working for you. You know that any issue they will deal with it, and all of that, and you don't have to worry about anything, and it's just 36,000. But now, do you see how we have communicated value? So if you just say you are going to pay 484,000, yeah, but now we have communicated the value in a clear way, and then it's up to them to say, oh yes, we're going with it, or oh no, we're not going with it. Do you understand? And that's what I was saying about the fact that you are not desperate. We don't need the service. You should not be needy. Okay, wanting is different from needing. We also offer this 30% of maintenance cost, because we structure it as a partnership, and it's true. Okay, we actually incur costs on these things. So instead of paying 613,000 plus, they are now paying for it in 84,000 plus. We're giving them this, and we don't give discounts. That's another. This is not discount. It's sponsorship, partnership. People that agree that, okay, fine, we're going to be long-term partners. We give, because if we are giving discount, like I said before, you can only keep running things down until you get to zero. But if it is a partnership, it's mutually beneficial. There are benefits we're getting from them. There are benefits they are getting from us, and it's a relationship of mutual respect. They are not looking. Do you understand what I mean? There are people that work with you and they despise you, and all of that. No, it's not that way. Now there is that mutual respect and then mutual partnership. Do you understand? So this is an example. And see now, even this alone is also creating, value and an effective execution system. They are not just, this is how much you pay. Send an invoice, put all of the details there. You understand? Then now we can send this invoice from here. Okay. And put the details, the client's details will already be populated. You can add more people that should receive it, and then you type your message here, okay, and send. Or you can download the invoice as PDF, depending on the client. Okay, you can attach or no. So depending on the client. Now, in some cases, we prefer to download. In this case, for example, I have downloaded the invoice as a PDF file, and I want to send it by email. Now, the advantage of that for us, because you need to also understand buyer psychology and a number of other things. Now, the way people think, if you just send something, and if we send it from here now, to show this box sum like that, and some people may feel like, before they click the link and all of that. Now, but if you send an email, let me send an email. Okay, compose. Now, I'll send an email, so they will just download the PDF and they will see the breakdown, and it will make sense to them. Now, another thing, we're talking about systems for effective execution. I will not be the one doing this. I may do it once in a while, but I can't continue doing this forever. Do you understand? And as a business owner, this also applies to you as a professional, but I'm going to talk about it in the context of a business owner. Your real work is not to do the job. Your real work is to create systems that get the job done. And we have created those systems. Even this training that I'm doing is still part of creating those systems. Now, see what is going to happen. Now, let's say a team member wants to send this invoice now. All the team members to do is just type slash. Now, this is for website. We have this shortcut for it. We have a canned response system. So you don't need to think, oh, what do I send? What do I say? Just type this. Do you see? Automatically, as I typed this came up. So the name of the client's name. So let me say, let's say we're sending it to the team. Let's say, or let's even put the client's name. Let's say the client's name is Mr. Oreze. Let's just say, or let's say Mr. Imonikebe, because in Nigeria we say Mr. and then we put first name, but the standard is actually when you say Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, you should use the surname, except you are writing both first name and surname. So so this now. So it's just filling the gap. So team members, you don't need to think about, oh, what do I do? You already, the system is there, and a system for effective execution. So you also reduce errors now. And sometimes if it's the team, you can say there you put the name of the company and then the name of the team. Okay, let's say it's Digital Vineyard team. Now you can say their Digital Vineyard team. If you are sending a mail to the team or to multiple people, you understand, you can put the name of the organization, and you see it's very straightforward. But in this case, we're going to put the name of the client, and in this case, let's say the client is dear Mr. Omunike. And again, you need to also be sensitive to cultural matters. There are some people that when you call them Mr. something or Mr., they look at you like, especially if they are old in this part of the world, in Nigeria, and maybe in some parts of Africa too. Maybe not generally in Nigeria. I know the Igbo people don't really mind the Igbos. They don't really, the way they are respectful, but the way they communicate respect is different. But for Yorubas, if you say Mr. something to an elderly person, the person may look at you like, what are you saying? So if in that case you can say dear sir or dear ma'am or dear madam, you understand? Okay, so I'm just explaining all of those nuances. But the point is, there is no way you can make any serious mistake with this system that is already in place. So client name, you put the name of the client, okay? Then website address, we put the website address, the address that they are going to renew. And even this system alone, you can apply it in a lot of ways in your business. This one that I'm showing, this having canned responses. Now, website address, renewal date. When is the renewal date? I did not check, but let's say it's December 9, 2023. Okay. Then name of operative, the name of the person sending the mail. So in this case, I'm the operative sending the mail, so I'll put my name. Okay. Enter. So automatically the message is generated. Do you see? Do you see it? Now, so you don't have to think what to do. Do you get it? Powerful system? And these are the kind of things we're going to be showing you. These are the kind of things we are going to be working with. By the time you finish this program, if for those that stay through and then eventually get admitted to our team, or to our coaching program, whichever one, for those that complete it, you will be amazed. You know that you have become a much more valuable person. Do you know that this alone is part of process improvement? You can offer process improvement services for an organization. You can tell, the company you are working with or the company you are looking to work with, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. And you understand, you automatically, instantly raise your value. Do you understand? You see what we said in Blue Ocean Strategy, that you need to know what you can raise. Now, every organization, they want ways to make their work easier. They want ways to make their work faster. They want to make more money. So how can you raise all of those things for them? Do you get? And they want to reduce stress. They want to reduce errors and all of. How can you reduce all of those for them? Do you get it? Now, so look at it. Now, the mail is already there. Dear Mr. Imonikebe, we trust you are doing great. This is a gentle reminder that the domain name and website services for fundyourdreams.com.ng will be due for renewal by December 9, 2023. Kindly settle the attached invoice at least 3 business days before the due date. Now, there's also something called, in your own internal processes should be improving. Now, domain name and website services. Now, it should be maybe website management services. So I'm going to update that in the template right away. Okay. Now, for team members, as long as it's a change that okay, that is okay. Now you should review with the team, okay, before you make it final. Even me now, I'm going to review this with the team because team members are going to watch this training also, you understand. So if we want to change something, the way, so you don't just do things arbitrarily. Okay, so where is it now? And website maintenance or management, whichever way, website management services or website maintenance. Let's say maintenance and website maintenance, not just website services. Okay. Okay, so I've saved it. So the next time we're using that shortcut, automatically it will put this there. You understand? So kindly settle the attached invoice at least 3 business days before the due date, so that the website will not go offline. If you have questions or prefer to explore the alternatives, so we're even happy to help. If they say, sorry, this thing does not work for me, we are happy to help them. Don't worry, we can show you how to manage it yourself. Okay, you can transfer to somebody else or some other company, and we are going to help you through the process. You understand? So this is an example of, do you see how everything is so straightforward, and you don't need to think about, okay, so what do I do and all. So now just attach the invoice. Now the invoice, I already downloaded the invoice, so I'll just send it as an attachment. This is it. So I'll pick it, open, and then I'll send. Do you understand? So do you see that? No, so just showing you some examples. And this thing that I've demonstrated, there are a lot of ways you can apply it. I don't want to send this mail. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. So I'll delete it. Now, that's it. Now, this same process, we use the same process to develop proposals, to do a lot of things. Now, okay, that's just an example. Now, I want to show you a live training. Now, I want to do a training now, and this training will, help you to acquire a very practical skill. You will see it now, and it will also demonstrate one of the ways through which we create value. Okay, for clients that sign up for website management services, to show you just one of the things that we do for them, and we do a lot of those things. And this one thing that I want to do now, okay, is actually website backup. I want to back up the website, move the website somewhere, and they charge ideally. Okay, let's even let's look at this, for example, so that you get a better picture of what I'm talking about. Where is the okay? Now this is our website maintenance services packages. The page for the service packages. And another concept is at work here: productized services. The concept of productized services. We're going to talk about that later. Now, look at this. Now let's look at this. Freelancers on Fiverr. Now, how much they charge for this kind of thing? Now, do you see? Is like see the range from $200, $175, $175 per month. Now let's open one of them and just see exactly what they offer. Now, but you see, now these people too, they know how to communicate, communicate value, package it, capture value, return, and all of that. So see what their website audit, 30 minutes live consultation for $200. Within 30 days. Then ongoing maintenance for 2 months, $350. Convert that to naira. Now, at the time of making this presentation, naira is 1,160 naira. If you want to buy a dollar, you pay 1,160 naira. So let's see this times 1,160. So how much is that? That's 406,000. Can you see? 406,000 naira. Okay, to just do this ongoing maintenance for 2 months. Do you understand what we're saying? And now we are saying that, okay, pay how much now? Pay 90,000 or pay 180, for or pay 450, depending on what you are doing. But the point is this 406,000 is not even up to this service that is being offered for 406,000, for 2 months. It's not even, let's even see the premium. Let's see the premium. 90 days delivery. The only difference is in the time. Now, so this is $500 for 90 days for 3 months. Let's do 500 times 1,160. That is 580,000 naira for 3 months. Okay, for 3 months. And you can get our own premium service. Which includes all of those things and more. Okay, you can get all of those things, and more for 450,000 naira per month. Even this one, this 90,000 naira per month service, it beats what you are going to get from. Do you understand? So do you see how we have created more value, and then we have driven down the cost because we have put in the right systems, to make that happen. We have implemented, Blue Ocean, strategy, the principles of value innovation, from that. Now, so look at this now. So this is 90,000 naira. See everything. Now that one, you still have to pay for your own hosting. You are the one managing your hosting, your domain name yourself. They just help you out with some things. Now, yeah, you get the hosting, you get the domain name renewal, you get everything, and we take care of everything for 90,000 naira per month. That's the starting plan. And if you go for the yearly plan, it even now becomes cheaper. Now, so now for this one, 900,000 naira per year. But this one that is, $500, 580,000. So just double of this, and then you have, in fact, what am I saying now? This one, see, is less than is less than double of what you are getting for. Do you understand? Do you get it? Now this one is $500 for 3 months. So that means if you only pay for 6 months here now, you are going to $1,000. That's like 1 million. Let's just do it so that that's 1,160,000 naira. Do you get it? That's what you pay for this, but for just 6 months. But with the highest service, and then we're even publishing content for you, doing email marketing. You have a dedicated account manager. You have sales funnels. And then you are actually going to make money, and you're only paying 4.5 million naira per year. Do you understand? Whereas this one at $350 per month. So at $350 for how many months? Where is it now? $350 for 90 days. So that's less 3 months. So that is $500. Sorry, it's $500 for 3 months. So if you do this 4 times a year, that's $2,000. Okay, and then you have $2,000. Okay, here, that is 2.123. Yes, 2.32 million, 2,320,000 naira. That's how much you are going to spend, to get this service here, okay, for 1 year. You understand? Now, that's what you are going to get for 1 year. Now, you can go through and check details. I'm just giving you examples. But here now, you get much more than that. Okay, much more than that, and you can get it for as low as this. You can get it for as low as this. But the point is that even our smallest package here, it covers most of the things that the people will need. And you can also request a customized package when you start the chat. Our client success team will engage with you, understand your needs, and then develop a customized plan for you if what we have here does not work. Now, do you see how this is different from somebody just calling? Okay, I want to manage my site. How much do you charge? And then on the phone, just say, this is how much. This and then no system, no process, no professionalism. Do you understand? And this is just an example. We do this for all of our services, okay, and we continue to even improve the process further. Now, let me demonstrate. Like we said, we are going to be working on real life projects. So what I want to do now, I'm going to back up the website of one of our clients. We said one of the let's see the website first. Now, we say one of the services we offer, one of the things we will get when you sign up for our service is website backup. Okay, routine backups. Okay, so from time to time we back up your website. So if something happens, you have a backup. Okay, and you can easily restore it. And all of that. So, and that is very important, especially for organizations and businesses that really know what they are doing. Because if your website, is hacked or some information gets lost and all of that, is a serious issue. So now this is the website. So I want to back this up right now. So this is the live training now that we're having. So I will log into the website. And this website is built on WordPress. I'll log in. WordPress, very powerful platform used by some of the biggest organizations in the world. Even this website of the United States, I think that's the second most important website in the world, if not in the world, at least in the United States. This website is built on WordPress, state.gov. Is a WordPress site and lots of other, but you can do your own research, find out what very powerful platform, but many people don't know. And that's one of the reasons we emphasize and learn how to build websites. It's not because of the website development, it's because of the other things that will happen as a result of it. To be able to create solutions, a wide range of solutions, in different kind of situations, in different contexts. My internet connection is really wonderful today. Okay, the site is not loaded, but you can Google it yourself. You can just do your own research. Okay, Mercedes Benz, they also use WordPress. A lot of and that's what we use for many of our clients because it's powerful and it makes things easier for them. So we want to back up this website now. So I'll go to another server, one of our other hosting accounts. And then I'll create a copy of that website, the full website. I want to make a copy of it. Now, okay, don't let me, I want to say don't let me go into that, but I think I can mention it. Another way that this can be useful for you, if you learn website development and you're offering it as a service, is you can duplicate a website you have already built, okay, for another client. If what they are doing is similar, what they need is similar, you can duplicate it and then you now customize it and make it different. So you are not doing the same work over and over again. Do you understand? Do you see what we're saying about having systems for effective execution, creating value, knowing how to communicate value? So now I'm logging in into the control panel, one of our other control panels. Okay, and what I want to do now is I want to duplicate that website. So I will install WordPress. I will install WordPress. Where is okay? I can do it from here, or I can open this Softaculous apps installer, or I can go to this place. Now, watch what I'm going to do. This is very very simple and powerful. And normally, if you are going to do this with maybe a service like let me say, let's just even Google it. Cost of website migration services. Now, but on the average, you will need to spend like maybe $99. You can see this one. The average cost of website migration is in the range of $300 to $400. Do you see? Now, just migrating one website, and this process of backing up a website is almost the same. Okay, with the migration process. So if you want to, do you understand? So now, see what we offer. Some offer it for cheaper, $90 and all of that. But see, now this one is even most site migrations cost within $200 to $1,000, depending on. Do you understand? So now, if you can offer this service, this is a tangible way you can add value to the organization. Do you understand? Now imagine that you can now do a lot of things. This is just one of the simplest things that you can do. You can now do a lot of things. You see how much more valuable you are going to be. Do you see how much you are saving the organization? So even if you are applying to an organization, I want to be your webmaster, they did not even put out an application. Sorry, they didn't put out a vacancy advert. And to be honest, all of the jobs I've worked in, every job that I did, okay, before we started the Plenipotent company, there was no vacancy advert. I was the one that just I want to work with this organization, and then I will write my application and send it to them. Then they will invite me. They say they invite me for a chat, not even the standard interview, because I've already. Do you understand? They see that if we get this guy inside, he's going to help us to make money. He's going to help us to save money. Are you that kind of person? Do you understand? So imagine this is only one of the things you can do, and it would have cost the organization this amount each time they do it, and now you will be doing it for them every month. Do you understand? So if you are paying $300 just for website backup or migration, that's $3,600 per year. Convert that to naira, because we need to make these things practical. Let's even do it here. $3,600. Let's even use the standard rates. But normally, if you want to buy dollars at the time of making this presentation, if you want to buy dollars, it's 1,160 naira. In some places, it can even be more. But let's even use the official rate. So let's just say $3,600 to naira. That is 2,840,400 naira. That is how much they will be spending if they are doing this backup every month. Okay, if they are doing it every month, this is how much they will be spending. So now, if you are asking them to pay you 1.8 million naira per annum as salary, you understand? 1.8 million naira per annum as salary is how much? That's 1.8 million divided by 12. Okay, divided by 12. Sorry, I said divided by 2, it should be divided by 12. That's 150,000 naira. Do you see? Now you are asking them to pay you, 1.8 million, which is 150,000. That is already at the time of making this presentation. That's already 5 times, okay, the minimum wage. And in Nigeria, I don't know, for entry level people, I don't know. It's only a few companies. If you're an entry level person, you don't have experience, you don't have skill. How many companies will pay you 150,000 naira per month? Now, if you can now do this, you can do this thing that I'm showing you, and you can do a lot of other things, and you know how to communicate the value you are adding. They see all of those things you can do, and you are saying, okay, they should just pay you 150K per month. Are they not going to be happy to hire you? Type in the chat for those of you joining us live, and if you are watching the recording, post in the comments. Do you understand what we are saying? And this is just one skill. So now, in every masterclass, we're going to cover a skill, so you will learn something you can do practically. Okay, and do you see why we said you should set up a web hosting account? There are some of these things you need your own tools. You need to have your own tools to be able to implement this thing, demonstrate it, and all of that. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so I want to install WordPress. Let me go back. So that I will not lose anybody. So I'll just demonstrate the process now. I will reduce my explanations, but those explanations are important and necessary so that you get what we're doing. So I've logged into the control panel on this other hosting account. So I want to install WordPress. I'll start by installing WordPress in a directory of one of our websites. Okay, so I come and pick install. Okay, where should I put it? Let me put it on our website, PlenipotentCo.ng / I'll call it soft skills backup. Okay, so I'll call it that. Now, after creating this backup, duplicating the website, I can download the files also. Download the website files, download the database, and then upload them into another location, maybe a Google folder, Google Drive folder. Then also save them locally, maybe on a laptop and also in an external storage device. So you have, do you understand now? All of these things, you are creating value in a lot of ways. Do you understand? And it's also important to note this. That's one of the differences between being a shepherd and being a hireling. Let's see what the Bible says something about. I think it was Jesus himself that said that. I want to show you something. So if you are working somewhere, work as a shepherd, not as a hireling. A hireling is okay. There is the shepherd. There are three categories of people. There is the shepherd, there is the hireling, and then there is the thief. Most people are thieves. No, not most people. Many people are thieves. Most people are hirelings, and then only a few people are shepherds. Now, let me just look at that scripture. I don't remember Bible verse. Okay, let me just type shepherd stroke hireling Bible verse. Now, like, Bible memorization is good. You can say this thing is in chapter something, verse something. But if you cannot memorize, don't beat yourself up for it. Search is easy. You get the same results. Now, so this is now. Let's just read this. John chapter 10, verse 12. Okay, let's I want to show you a principle. Remember what we said about applying principles from the Bible, okay, to life and work. Now, John chapter 10, verse 12. Um, let's read from the English Standard Version. Because this is very important. It will stand you out. If you understand what I'm about to show you now, it will stand there is no job you want that you won't get. I told you I studied zoology. I applied to join a newspaper firm as sub editor. I was next to the editor in chief, and as somebody that did zoology in school and all of that. And I was still very young in my career then. How many years experience did I have? And I got the job. There were journalists that applied, people that studied journalism, people that studied English, people that studied related courses. Me that I studied zoology, I was the one that got the job. Do you understand what we're saying? And every job I've got, it's been like that before we started the Plenipotent Company. Now look at this. Now John chapter 10. And part of the reason is this principle I'm going to show you from verse. Okay, now see. So we said there are three categories of people. They are the thieves, people that they are working somewhere and they are just looking for how to use the organization. They are looking for how to use the organization just to advance their own benefits, advance their own cause. Okay, without putting in the work. You understand? Recently, for example, we found somebody that attempted to go through an apprenticeship program. The person applied but did not go through the program, and now the person is doing NYC, and the person is asking us, okay, just sent a mail from the Blues, okay, that we should help them facilitate. I'm going to be using them so that I don't know whether the person is male or female. So that we should help them facilitate, their what do they call their deployment? That we should request for that. And the person told us specifically. In fact, I should have shown the mail. Let me show you the mail. I'll pause this recording, blur out the details so that it doesn't look like one is just talking, because these things are practical life situations that we need to understand. So I'll pause this recording now, because this is actually a recorded session. For those of you that are watching live, it's a recorded session, but we're doing it live, and then we also post the recording. So I'll pause this recording now, open that mail, okay, and then blur out the details that will identify the person and show you, so that we can. This is practical. It's a masterclass where we're showing you practical things, and then you can implement those things and transform your life and career. So this is the email that I received. I was explaining the concept of what Jesus said here. Let me drag this the two tabs side by side to make it easier to reference. I was explaining the concept, or I was about to explain the concept that Jesus Christ is saying here. Okay, from verse John chapter 10 from verse 7. We'll read it. So I wanted to explain that concept. So I will now want to give a practical illustration, because like we said, the Bible is a book of practical life strategies. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit tired. I've been working for hours now, but I have to do this. Holy Spirit, I receive strength in Jesus' name. Now, okay, so I was explaining this. So I wanted to show you an example of the concept. Now, it doesn't mean that, there are people, for example, you are in a place of work, and right there, during work hours, you are working on your side business. It's wrong. You are stealing your employer's time, and you are a thief in that context. You understand? Anything that you are trying to take without paying for, and it's not the person that is voluntarily offering it. It is. Do you understand? What is it called? You know, somebody said stealing is not corruption. Okay, yes, maybe stealing is not corruption, but stealing is stealing. Yes, actually, stealing is not corruption, but stealing is stealing. Corruption is corruption. That's by the way. Now, so I wanted to show you an example to illustrate, or some examples, okay, to illustrate what I was saying about either working as a thief, working as a hired hand, and then working as a shepherd. Okay, the difference in the results. But I won't cover everything in this session, but at least let's start. So look at this mail now that I received. See the date, on November 24, 2023. That was when I got the mail. Good day, Mr. Philip. I hope this mail finds you in good health. My name is, now let's call the person's name. Let's call the person's name Juliet, from Romeo and Juliet. Now, not even anybody, but let's just call the person's name Juliet, just so that it will be easy to say the things we want to say. My name is Juliet. I got connected to you after I applied for an internship slot at your company. Though I couldn't keep up because of schoolwork, I still remember the few sessions to be insightful. I also remember your passion for helping young people like myself. It is with this in mind that I humbly request your help concerning my NYSC primary place of assignment. You see the subject of the mail, request for PPA. Okay. I'm hoping I can receive a request letter from you requesting for me to serve as a copper in your company. Okay. Now, up to this place, there is no issue like with all of this, but let's continue reading. For context, I don't expect any employer, sorry, for context, I don't expect any employment offer from you, but a request letter alone to help facilitate my being posted to Ibadan town. Though Ibadan is actually a city, not a town, but people outside they think it's a town. Okay, well, that's by the way. Now, but let me just read the message and not put commentary. For context, I don't expect any employment offer from you, but a request letter alone to help facilitate my being posted to Ibadan town. This is because I already have a full-time job as a writer and editor online, and working with another company or institution might not be feasible for me. If you would prefer to speak with me directly, this is my mobile number. And the person put a mobile number. An alternative mobile number is put another number again. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. I look forward to your kind response. Enjoy the weekend, sir. Sincerely. And then the person put their names. And now imagine getting this kind of email. So I already knew what I was going to do, what I planned to do, but I felt okay, let me forward it to some of my colleagues. And interestingly, both of them started, as through this same internship program and apprenticeship program. That was how they started, but they've gone very far now. Already at the time of making this, he works as my executive assistant, and he got in as an intern. Okay, he actually even hasn't completed the apprenticeship program, but he has done so well. And then I just, see, come on board. And now he's doing very well and he's getting paid. He's getting paid because he has demonstrated that he can create value and he's adding value in practical ways. So he's getting paid. But you have not added value. We don't know whether you want to, and you are saying, okay, are you going to pay? How much are you going to pay? You add value first now and see if you are going to get paid or not. Do you understand? And if you think you are adding value and you are not getting paid, and you think you are adding value, then take that value somewhere so that you will know maybe you are really adding value or not. Because if you are adding value, for example, there was a time I wanted to sell my phone. Now these things are, it's a what we're doing is a life coaching, really. It's not just business. So I'm going to be sharing stories and examples that will help to drive the point home. Now, when I was an undergraduate, I was really, I suffered, like practically speaking, I suffered. There was a time that even to, don't let me go into all of those details. But what I wanted to point out was, okay, there was a time I needed a phone. Okay, I didn't have a phone, and then my parents sent me money to buy a phone. Back then, it was 5,000 naira. They sent me 5,000 naira to buy a Nokia phone. Okay, and then at that period, Starcoms. Well, the Gen Zs may not remember Starcoms, but some of you remember Starcoms. Okay, Starcoms was, they were a telecoms company then. I don't know if they still exist in other parts of the world, but they're no longer working in Nigeria, as far as I know. So Starcoms then, they were doing a lot of promotion and campaign. They would bring buses to school to make a lot of noise, and and I was like, let me even try this Starcoms self. My parents wanted me to buy a Nokia phone, a normal handset. So I went to buy Starcoms. Now, I didn't even know at that point that Starcoms was not a GSM service provider. That what they had was LCDMA. There's GSM, there's LCDMA. Oh, sorry, not LCDMA, CDMA. I'm mixing two things up. There's GSM, there's CDMA, there's a lot of. So it was a CDMA. If I didn't know, so I bought it. But the long story short was that I needed to be recharging, and I think I was struggling, but I needed to be recharging 500 naira, then 500 naira every week, okay, to keep the line active. And if I don't recharge for more than 21 days or thereabout, I will not be able to make calls or receive calls again. Then maybe another 40 days or so, they will totally yank me off the network. So I was struggling. And at that time, I was saving to buy a zoology textbook. So the money that I was supposed to be saving to buy the textbook, I was using it to recharge, to recharge. And after I just woke up and they said, early in the morning, I just said, see, this must stop. So I removed the phone. I took the phone, opened it, removed my SIM. Sorry, I didn't even need to remove the SIM. It was Starcoms. The Starcoms was there. But I opened it, removed the battery, repacked everything the way it was. Okay, originally when I first bought it, I repacked, the way they pack phones now, put everything in the carton. Thank God I didn't throw the carton away. I don't throw cartons away on time. I eventually do, but I don't throw them away immediately. So I packaged everything. And from UI, those of you that know University of Ibadan, if you don't know, you can check it out on the map. From UI, I just woke up that I said, see, I can't be stressing myself. Let me sell this phone. I'm driving at something. Let me sell this phone and buy a simple Nokia phone that I can maintain. So I took my Starcoms phone, put everything in the package, and I left from UI. I was working. I said, I'm selling this phone today. I started working. Will you buy phone? No, I'm not buying. Will you buy? Then I went to people that are doing phone calls. Back then, there used to be people that make phone calls. Unlike now that you want to make a call, just pick your phone and call. Back then, you go to a place where they make phone calls, and then you pay per minute or pay per second before Glow introduce per second. Even after Glow introduce per second, those people were still charging per minute. So if you spend 1 minute, 1 second, you will pay for 2 minutes because that's how they make their own money. So I went to meet those. Will you buy this phone? And all of that. Some of this. Very neat. I want to buy. Okay, come on Monday. It was a Friday. Come, I said, I'm selling this phone today. I kept on going. I was just walking, asking people, will you buy phone? Okay. Now I'm talking about having value. Okay, and knowing how to create and communicate value, you understand, and also capture value in return. What I'm saying is that if you have something truly valuable, somebody may not want it, but somebody else will want it. Do you understand? So all of those people, they recognize that this thing I was offering them is valuable. They did not want it. And I said, I'm selling this thing today. So I kept going until I got to Bodija Market. Now, to make matters worse, or maybe to make matters more interesting, when I got to Bodija Market, Starcoms themselves, they were there. Their boss was there. They were making, they were doing their campaign. They said, these people want to spoil market. Now they are selling the brand new phone. I want to sell the used one. So people will want to buy the brand new, of course. Do you know? But then, my own price was not. I wasn't going to sell it at the 5,000 naira. So, but I left that part of the market where Starcoms was. I went to another part entirely. Long story short, I eventually found a man that he was so happy and he bought. In fact, I still remember that phone number. Okay, no, I've forgotten. I'm trying to remember. I've forgotten. Now, and then the man, this was many years ago. I left school 2010. Yes, 2010, 2009, 2010. Okay, I left school 2010. Okay, yeah, so that's like, you can calculate this number of years. So, and this is long before I was in 100 level, maybe 100 level or 200 level when this happened. I think it's 100 level. I don't remember very well. So long story short, I met this man that was ready to buy. So if you have value to offer, you will always get a buyer. If you have value to offer and you can communicate that value, and you look for people to buy. So that day I told me, I'm selling this phone this day. So I went to eventually got that man and I sold it for 3,500 naira. If I remember very well, maybe 3,000 or 3,005. I don't remember. Now, but the point is, with that 3,000 or 3,005, I was now able to get a Nokia phone without adding extra money. So do you see how I was able to create value and also capture value in return? Now, I have given myself peace of mind. Now you don't need to recharge your phone all the time. Back then, you needed to recharge always to stay online. But it was at that period that they now introduced 90-day billing. That, okay, just make sure you use your phone in 90 days. Maybe you make a 1-second call or you send a text message within 90 days. Once you do that, you will remain on the network. That was the way it was then. And that one gave me peace of mind. Unlike the one that I had to be recharging 500 naira every week. Now I could easily recharge 100 naira in 90 days, and be okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was able to create value. I had the value with the phone. I was able to communicate the value. Will you buy this phone? This, and all of that. And the people saw that, okay, it was valuable. Then I was able to capture value in return. Now, if I had sold that phone, for let's say 2,000 naira, and I now didn't have enough money to buy another phone, it would have been another issue. But at least I would still have got the value of, peace of mind. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if you really have value, you will find people to pay for your value. If people are not paying, go to the people that will pay. And if you are working with us in the Plenipotent company and we are not paying you, it's because the value we are getting from you is nothing, zero. In most cases, it is negative. And you think you are adding, but you are not. If you are adding value, you will know. We give KPIs, we do. You yourself will see. But people just come in and they just want to be collecting money for doing nothing. It doesn't work that way, which is why we have this accelerated skills acquisition program, we have the global apprenticeship program. Everybody that went through it and completed it and did well, we either give them a job or help them get jobs. But the point is, you will get paid and you will get paid well. That's the summary. But now let's go back to this. No, this person did not go through the internship and wanted us to see what the person was asking for. We have read it. I won't go over it. So I thought about it. I said, okay, fine. You see that it was even the following day. This was 24th November. I wanted to reply. I was like, okay, let me even still think again. So the following day I forwarded it to two of my colleagues. I just mentioned that they also started with us through the apprenticeship program. Okay, and then see what Ernest said. Thank you, sir, for sharing this. I have the following observations on the email. Now we've said the person's name is going to be Juliet. Okay, Juliet seems to want, and that's not the real name. We just to explain this to you. Juliet seems to want to use the Plenipotent company as a means to an end. She never fully committed to the program when she tried to join the internship program, and also doesn't plan to be of any real value to the company now. If she already has a full-time job in Ibadan, why can't she ask the company she works at to send a request letter on her behalf? Good question. That was the first thing I thought too. So if you're adding value to that company, even though it's an online company, as you say, or whatever it is, they can request for you and they say that you are their representative in Ibadan. So if you cannot go and meet, well, what is happening? Do you understand? So if she already has a full-time job in Ibadan, why can't she ask the company she works at to send a request letter on her behalf? This makes me wonder if there's something questionable about her. Based on this, I don't think we should grant her request to become a shadow worker at TPCL. Also, it has also just become clearer to me that everything we do has consequences that are far reaching. If Juliet exerted herself at a time at the Plenipotent company and had proven her competence and character, she may have learned enough by now to be a valuable asset. Can you see how the word value keeps repeating itself? To be a valuable asset, even if she has to physically leave Ibadan for the time being. In addition to that, we may have been able to recommend her for opportunities that would have been of great assistance to her. Thank you for sharing this. Regards, do you see now? So that's our response. Then CEO raises response. Hello, Mr. Philip. Thank you for this message. This request may not be of true benefit to TPCL and yet may cost the company at least its time. So that's you want to offer people value greater than what you are costing them. Do you get? Now it is clear that Miss Juliet wishes to use the company to get her way in moving to Ibadan to continue working exclusively for her current employer. This is again the spirit of national service. In my opinion, her request wouldn't have been out of place if she genuinely wanted to work with TPCL, which is true. That request wouldn't have been out of place, but you want to get something without paying the price. Do you understand what we're saying? That's why we're saying, okay, there are people that work as thieves, there are people that work as hired hands, and then there are people that work as shepherds. The goal should be for you to work as shepherd, whether you are working in an organization or you are working for clients, you are a business owner, serving your clients. You want to go all the way for them. You want to, think ahead for them. You want to, put everything on the line for them the way David did. And that was why David was successful. David was taking care of his father's sheep. A lion came, he attacked the lion, rescued the sheep. A bear came, he did the same thing. He could have run away. Now, if it was a hired hand, the hired hand will run away. That's what Jesus Christ is saying in this passage we're going to read. Ordinary wolf. David did not even fight a wolf. He fought bear, he fought lion. And I believe that it was not only those two times. There were others that they probably did not even write about. Now, but if he was a hired hand, he would have run away, but he was a true shepherd. And they weren't paying him for that job. It was his father's. He was like, you are the one, you are not useful for anything. Go and take care of the sheep in the wilderness. If you die, you die. Nobody really cared. To the extent that when Samuel came and wanted to anoint the king, they did not even remember. Do you understand? Like they did not count him for anything. They felt like he was useless, but the guy was developing himself. The guy was taking responsibility. Even when people did not care about him, he was not looking for, celebrity status. He was not looking for social media glory. He was just there. Nobody even, they had forgotten. Until Samuel said, are these all your children? They said, sorry, there's one that is left. Go and call him, No, but that's because the guy had been adding value to himself, which is what we're advocating and why we're providing all of these opportunities. Now, so let's continue this. It is clear that Miss Juliet wishes to use the company to get her way in moving to Ibadan to continue working exclusively for her current employer. This is against the spirit of national service. In my opinion, her request wouldn't have been out of place if she genuinely wanted to work with TPCL for the 1 year duration. Let's assume TPCL agrees to a request. It will put the company in a place where it has to cover up for Miss Juliet in the case where there are routine checks and supervision Also, because Miss Juliet won't really be working for TPCL, it cannot monitor her whereabouts and ensure she's abiding to all NYC rules and regulations. I'm just reading now, no comments again. God forbid something happens to her. Officially, the company will be saddled with some of the responsibilities. Having said all this, TPCL may put these ideas into consideration in deciding whether or not to honor Miss Juliet's request. Thank you. So this is from Orezi. Now, see my response to them. Dear Ene and Orezi, thank you for your wise and thoughtful responses. It's good to see that we're all in agreement about the fact that Juliet's brazen and unethical request clearly violates our values and is also out of place in many other ways. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even think that anyone would go to such lengths, especially a supposed leader of tomorrow, quote and unquote. Do we see the implications for our country and society in general? At first, I was considering telling her a kind no and pointing out the issues we have all raised. But apparently, she's not unaware of these things. She has only decided to ignore them. So I will not spend precious time and energy responding to her. Thank you for your added perspectives. I trust that this discourse has opened new vistas in our learning experience. Best regards. And I'm sharing this with you. I didn't plan it, I just it came as I was presenting, and I feel that you also can participate in the learning experience. That's why I am sharing it with you. Okay? Now, so again, after I did not reply, she forwarded the mail again. She just forwarded it, no extra, nothing. She forwarded it again, and I'm still not going to reply because how can you? Do you understand? Now, but to some people, like, what's the just? But did you see, like, both of the colleagues that I shared it with, both of them, they like because we have the same value system. You understand? So your value system matters. And see, on the surface level, in general, there is no good value or bad value, quote and unquote. There are no good values and bad values, quote and unquote. The point is to know what your values are and to abide by those values. So we will know what our values are, and we can only admit and work with people that also share those values, which is why we have all of these sessions. So one way or the other, you begin to relate with us, interact, you know the kind of company we are, you understand who we are, you know if our DNA matches, you understand. So that's the idea. So let's read this passage now, and then it will help you to put everything we have said in context. So Jesus again said to them, by the way, let me mention that this global apprenticeship program, accelerated skills acquisition program, all of these, mentoring and coaching programs that we have for early stage professionals, recent graduates, and students, they are modeled after the discipleship model of Jesus. Discipleship is actually another word for apprenticeship, and apprenticeship is another word for discipleship. You understand? That's why Jesus Christ said that a disciple, an apprentice, okay, who has learned what he needs to learn, will become like his master. It's an apprenticeship program. So Jesus had an apprenticeship program for his, own people, and then for his disciples, then and others that wanted to join the multitudes, everybody, and then he was teaching them, just like I'm teaching you now. And so we are teaching. Jesus was actually saying this to the multitude, but then he would now go in private and then tell the disciples some things that he would not show the multitude. That's the approach we're also adopting, which is why anybody that wants to watch these videos now, they can watch. It's for the multitude, and they will get value. But if you get enough, I've seen now, these persons acknowledge that they got value, but they were not ready to pay the price. Remember the few sessions to be and all of that, and then for the person to reach out, knows that. Do you understand? So that let's just read this. So Jesus again said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers. That's one category. But the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. He who is a hired hand and not a shepherd, who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. He flees because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason, the Father loves me, because what? I lay down my life that I may take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it up again. This charge I have received from my Father. Now, this is like fundamental to what we're doing with the apprenticeship program. Jesus Christ said, except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. But if it dies, it brings forth much fruit. He also says that he that seeks to save his life shall lose it. But he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. Now, this person that is saying, trying to cut corners and all of that, for example, why not just do the right thing and lay down your life, quote and unquote, for that one? You say, this one, I see that PlenipotentCo is a place where I can add value and they can also add value to me. So I will lay down my life, quote and unquote, for this 1 year. Okay, I will lay down my NYC and then work with them for this 1 year, and then from there I will pick it up again. Jesus said I have authority to lay down my life and pick it up again. But now, when you are picking up your life again, you are picking it up with interest. You have become a transformed person, a totally changed person. But you want to cut corners, you want to come in through the window instead of coming in through the door. Do you understand what we're saying? That's why I keep saying the Bible is a book of life strategies. It's not a religious book. See how practical this is. But somebody will read this and say, so as a person, if you are going to be a value-driven professional, you must work as a good shepherd, not as a hireling, okay, and not as a thief. And you must also not be the wolf that is snatching the sheep. Look at the example of David. Actually, we call our core team the David Company. I'm going to explain that in another session later, okay, or maybe in the course of our further interactions. So the David Company. Then now look at the way David handled his fathership, and then look at the way he handled the people that came to him. A lot of people, they did not have any skill. The Bible says those people were distressed, they were in debt, they were the kind of people you would call non-entities, quote and unquote. They could not apply anywhere, and they will say that, okay, come on. And then those people came to David, and then after working with David for a while, they became mighty men. The same thing with Jesus Christ. By the time his disciples were doing certain things, people looked at them and they say, these are unlearned men. Where did they learn these things from? How were they able to do all of these things? And then they say, they noticed that they had been with Jesus. Do you understand? That's the kind of transformation we are offering. And we know what we are offering by God's grace. We have testimonies to it. And we know how much we're investing a lot. See, for everybody that goes through this program, if you spend 1 year, if you scale through this selection process and you will get admitted into the apprenticeship program, we're going to spend nothing less than, we're not spending now, we're going to invest nothing less than 3.6 million naira. It's more than that, but when we calculated how much we're putting into the program for each person, what it is costing us, it is at least, in some cases it costs much more, but it's costing us at least 3.6 million naira to train each person for 1 year. Do you understand? And now we are doing all of that and you just want to get it for free, or you are getting it for free, but you need to put in the commitment. Now, some people, you want to get it for free and you want us to still pay you again when you are not creating commensurate value. How wrong now? Like we say in Nigerian slang, Abisheko wrong. Okay, now that's by the way. So now I want to show you a skill, and in every master class throughout this program, we'll cover a practical, something that you can say, I have added this skill, okay, to my skill set, and you'll be able to do it. So what we want to do is we want to duplicate this website. I already showed you the website. For now, I've logged into the website, but let me show you the website again. Okay, you are seeing all of this because I have logged in as an admin on the website. Okay, so we want to duplicate it, make a backup, okay, of the entire website, and I've told you some of the reasons that is important and how it creates value. Okay, so well, so that we won't leave anybody behind. But you remember how we got here now, but let's just, so that we won't leave anybody behind, let's just go through this process now. Okay, so I'm going to install WordPress on this other server or this other hosting account. So I'll just click WordPress, install. And if you want to get into tech, this is a very simple way, an easy way to get into tech. You want to learn coding, to take you a long time and a lot of effort for you to start making real money. But if you start using no-code tools like WordPress, you can do a whole lot. We covered some of these things before, and we're going to still show some of them. So now I'll call this I will create a directory called soft skills backup. So at the end of the day, by the time we finish this migration, if you go to plenipotent.com/soft skills backup, you are going to find the website there. So, but let's just follow the process. Okay, so I'll call this, I'll use PlenipotentCo as the username. Then I'll put a password. Sorry. Okay. Then let me use this as the admin email. Normally, you should not use admin at because that's the first thing hackers we get. One of the first emails hackers we get. But then let's just use this for now. Then for me, I prefer to specify a name for the database. You don't have to do it; it's optional. But I prefer to do it so that at a glance I can know what it is all about. I can know which database belongs to which website. So I'll just call this SF for soft skills, SFK. I will just say SFK BK. When I see this, I will know. Okay. No, normally database name should not be more than maybe 7 or 8 characters or thereabouts. So this is 6 characters, so it's okay. So I'll just put that there. Okay, all of this, I don't want automated backups because they can cause issues sometimes. Okay, and we're going to be doing our own backup anyway, you understand? And this is a backup. Okay, so I'm not going to be backing up the backup. Do you understand? If it's your actual website, you can actually do automated backups maybe once a week or once a month. And all of these are also extra value you are creating for the client. But when you do automated backups, if you have too many websites on the account, you are going to be putting a lot of stress on your resources. So your host may soon tell you that sorry, you are taking too much resources. You need to upgrade to a higher and more expensive plan and all of that. So, but these are just some configuration. So I'll just continue with the process now. Okay, I want to send the installation details to this email. So just install. So I'll just click on install. Do I want to save the password? I don't need to. I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. Okay, even though it's a real life project. You see, WordPress has been installed. So now if I go to this website now, you will see that it is a blank WordPress website. But what we want to do is we want to copy the existing website. We want to copy it here. So we want to transform it. And like I told you, so that's why, see, website development is one of the most powerful skills anybody can learn. You don't have to be the one building the website. Eventually, you won't even be the one. But if you know it, you can create value in a lot of ways. Now, you can take an existing website, duplicate it, okay, and we've built lots of fantastic websites. So if you get a client, you can duplicate an existing website, customize it for that client. At the end of the day, it looks very different from the original one, but you have spent little effort. Do you see what we're saying about creating systems for effective execution? So because instead of building a website from scratch, you just duplicated an existing one. So you are spending less time, you are spending less energy. Now, because we're working with people that okay, we don't have to pay them big money because they're also working to learn and they are getting value in the process, we can charge our clients reasonably. You understand? We're making good money and they are also happy. And that's the experience we've had for every client we've worked with. They will tell us, and most of the time when they get our proposals, they'll tell us, see, your proposal is the most expensive, but you look like you know what you are doing. And then they end up working with us. And at the end of the day, they still say thank you because even though we were more expensive than the other people they worked with, they still got 10 times value. Do you understand? And that's the kind of person you want to be. So this is the website that we have created now. Okay, so you will see what will happen shortly as we proceed with the process. So now I'll go into the back end. I will log into the back end of the website that we just created with WordPress. I'm logging in now. Okay. Then I will install a plugin called WP Migrate. Sorry, called Migrate Guru, not WP Migrate. I will install a plugin called Migrate Guru. I come to plugins, add new plugin, and that's another benefit of WordPress. There are plugins for a lot of things. You want to start an online store, install WordPress, set up WordPress, and install WooCommerce. Sorry, I'm feeling tired. Migrate Guru. Okay. Now set up WordPress and install WooCommerce. Then set it up. You have an online store. You want to start an online school. Okay, set up WordPress, install WordPress, and get this one of the plugins for starting an online school. You can use Tutor LMS, for example, and you have an online school. You want to start accepting payments on your site. Set up WordPress. Use the Paystack plugin or Flutterwave plugin. The point is, it's so versatile. You understand? If you learn that one skill alone, and you need to have one skill that you can apply in a lot of ways. You understand? It's one of the things that will help you to become a value-driven professional because you need a wide range of skills. Okay, you need a wide range of skills for you to be a value-driven professional and to really create value and become very valuable and almost irreplaceable. Okay, but most people just have one skill or two skills, and those skills are general that anybody can. Do you understand? So if you learn how to build websites with WordPress and you really work on projects through that one skill, you are going to be able to acquire a lot of other skills in the process. If you are looking for a spiritual parallel, no, don't let me give that now because some people will not understand. Now, install now. So let me install my Great Guru. Okay, then activate. Activate. Okay. So now I will now go back. Well, before I go back, let me comment migration key. This is the website I want to migrate. So I want to migrate the existing website. I want to move it to plenipotent.com.ng/soft skills backup. Okay, so I'll come here and then I'll just copy the migration key. Then I'll go to the actual website, the original website, the source website, the source that we want to move. Then I'll also install Migrate Guru on that. I already did that before, so I'll just click on it. I've already installed it. So if you've not installed, you will install. So, but I've already installed, and I've shown you the process of installing this. Okay, so now then I'll type my email address, and let me use my personal email address in this case. Now people will know. Okay, let me still use the company's email address. Okay. Then you have to agree to this, and then you click migrate site. Now watch what happens. There are a lot of other ways to do this, but this is a very, very simple and straightforward way, and you are going to be creating meaningful value. I've shown you how much it costs if you want to hire people to do it. So now, because you are a shepherd, you care about your clients, you are going the extra mile for them. It's not that something happens to their website and they are now trying to repair it and they don't know what to do. Before they even thought about it, you have already backed up the site for them. Do you understand? So how to work as a shepherd instead of just a hired hand? If it's just a hired hand, they don't care. If you just maybe you just buy the hosting yourself and all of that. If something happens, it's your business. You understand? But now you are now their shepherd. Caring for them. Okay, I pick cPanel, or no, let me even just, because most people may not even be using cPanel. Let me go back. Okay, so this is the website I want to migrate. I put my email address. The essence of putting your email address here is for you to get notifications. They will send you notifications and all of that. Okay, the migration has started, the migration has completed, and all of that. So I pick this, then I click on migrate site. Migrate site. There is another option where I'm going to pick cPanel, but in this case, I'll just pick other hosts. Let's assume your hosting company is not here. If your hosting company is there, you can pick it, but if your hosting company is not here, just pick other hosts. So I'll pick other hosts. Then the migration key that we copied. Remember that we copied the migration key from, where is it now? plenipotent.com.ng/soft skills. Let me move both of them side by side to make life easier for myself. Okay, so where is the one we're working with? Okay, yes. So remember, we copied the migration key from here, this migration key from the destination site. So you paste it here, and that's all. You don't need to worry about all of these other details. Once you have used your migration key, then pick migrate. So the process will start, and in a few minutes, it will be done. Okay, so the process has started, and it will show you what is being done. If you check your email, you will see that they've sent you an email that your migration has started and all of that. So let's just watch and see. And in every session, we're going to be having practical training like this. It's not just website. The website is just an example. We do recruitment. We do like what we really do. You will understand as we go along. I'll talk about it in the course of the presentation. So all of these things are just a means to an end. They are not the end in themselves. You see, so it's migrating the database. Okay, it has finished migrating all the tables in the database. Then it has started migrating the website files. Okay. Okay, no, it has not finished. Okay, it's still counting. Okay, it's counting. It's trying to calculate how many tables do we have in the database, then how many files do we have on the, or how big are the files and all of that. And then you will see the progress here. Okay. So it will continue to progress until it completes. Actually, you don't have to wait. If you are doing other things, you can continue doing other things. I mean, if you are doing this for real now, when you are doing this, you don't have to wait. You can continue doing other things, and then you come back. Okay, you come back to see it when the process has completed. But I just want you to follow the entire process. Okay, so that's why I'm waiting, and then I'll pause the recording. When it completes, we'll continue. You see, the migration process is now complete. Migration completed successfully. Now, see what the website looked like before. Where is it? Okay, this is what it looked like before. Can you see? This is what it looks like. We see the same soft skills, plenipotent.com.ng/soft skills backup. Now, when you look at it now, let's click this visit migrated websites. You'll find that it has duplicated the original website, or the source website is now on this location. So you see, that's the, can you see? Do you understand what we're talking about? You see, like, this is fantastic, like complete. If you want to move it to a new domain too, it's the same process, just that it, instead of installing the WordPress originally on plenipotent.com/soft skills backup, you will install WordPress on that domain that you want to move the website to. Do you understand? But all of these details, those are some of the things you will learn when you really come into the program and you work on real life projects and all. By the way, this is a like fantastic organization to work with in every way. And for those of you that are under 30 years of age, they have a program. The founder has a program, Pastor Wonola. She has a program called Yes to 30. Okay, you can find out more about it by going to yes to30.org. I participated in that program. I was one of the first set, and it's a life-changing program. So if you're under 30 years of age, watch out for the next edition. Okay, when they open application again, we'll announce. That's why it's helpful for you to join our WhatsApp group, our Telegram group. Make sure you receive our newsletters, okay, so that we can share all of these opportunities with you. My internet connection has been acting up, of recent, so the site is not loading. It should have loaded by now, but my internet connection is wonderful. Okay, let's just use that word for now. Okay, but we will let you know, okay, when the next application opens. So I'm just telling you that that's another way you can add value to yourself. For those that are under 30 years of age, Yes to 30 is the name of the organization. Okay, now, so this is what it was before. So if I refresh now, you see when we clicked, it showed us the, where is it now? This is it. So if I refresh this one now, where is it? Let me close this. I think there is an issue here. Now, so if I refresh this one now, you will find soft skills website right here. You understand? So we have backed up the website now. You understand? So, and now I can go further. I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to demonstrate that in this session because I want to make sure that our master classes are no more than 2 hours 30 minutes, and we're already getting close to 2 hours. Okay, so but what I can now do is I can now go to the server. I can go to the destination server where we installed and download the files. Okay, let me go back to cPanel. I'm not going to do the download. I'll just show you. Okay, so I can now download the files, download the website files, download the database, put all of them on a laptop, in an external storage device, store them on the cloud, maybe Google Drive or some other cloud storage system, and all of that. Okay, so if I go to file manager, let me not do all of that. Okay, so if you join us, you will get to work on all of this kind of projects, like a lot of different kinds of projects that will develop a wide range of skills that will truly make you a value-driven professional. And see what we have done now in just a few minutes. We have created value in a very, very practical way. Okay, so that's it. So you are going to have an assignment. I called it assignment before, but I checked assignment and homework in the dictionary. I said, see, I think I prefer homework. Let's call it homework. Okay, you may want to look up homework in your dictionary too. So your homework is this, and you must do this week before the next, submit it before the next master class. Okay, we're going to be having for this cohort, we're going to be having our master classes from 5:30 p.m. Okay, 5:30 p.m. To 8 p.m. Yes, 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. So keep that in mind. Like we said, it's for those that are willing to pay the price. Some people will say, I have a job, I won't be home by that time. This and that, whatever, is up to you. But we're going to be having live sessions, 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And again, to make it easy, because fine, people are in different stages of life and we need to recognize that. You understand? So for those that, and then there are other people in other time zones also. So we're going to make the recording available, but do your best to join the live sessions. The live sessions are really helpful. Okay? But before next week, I'm only going to review. In fact, maybe I'm going to reconfigure the submission process in such a way that it can only receive a certain number of submissions at a particular, during a particular period at a particular time. Maybe, but I'm still considering that. But what I'm saying is this: I'm going to personally go through every assignment. Everybody that submits the assignment, I will personally go through. But I will only provide feedback on the people that show that yes, they have really done their homework. There are people that do things as a box ticking exercise, to fulfill all righteousness, quote and unquote. Like I have always said, we misuse that expression, but you get what it means. Now, what I mean, what I'm trying to say. So if you do the assignment or the homework as a box ticking exercise, no feedback for you. But for those that really put in the effort and it's clear that, okay, yes, they did their homework, okay, they did the required thinking, okay, and they put in the effort, I'm going to provide feedback. Not one-on-one feedback, okay, for now, but I will provide group feedback. I will look at your work, okay, record a video like this and show the feedback, okay. So if you are not ready for that, then you are not ready for, because transparency is one of our core values too. Jesus Christ said that if what you are doing, that's why we can even put this kind of thing out. Now, Jesus Christ said that if you are doing what is right, you will bring your work to the light. But if you are not doing what is right, then you want to be hiding, you want to be keeping it somewhere. Do you understand? Here, so we're going to review, your work, and in a video like this, point out what was right, point out what could be better. And some of you are actually going to get your dream job through this assignment. Some of you are going to get your dream clients. Some of you, we can even absorb you in the plenipotent company or recommend you to some of our clients, and all of that. So the homework is on the screen. You may want to take a screenshot. I will display it again before the end of this session, but you may want to take a screenshot and also ensure that you join our discussion platform. You see the link to join so you can ask questions and all of that. So I will read out the homework. One, it is two. But the second question, there are two versions for the second question. One version is for professionals looking for a job or looking to change jobs or those in between jobs. Then the second version is for people that are running their own business, okay, or you want to run you're already running your own business, or you want to start a business, okay, you are not looking for a job. And if you are looking for a job and you're also running a business, or you are doing the two, or you want to be doing the two, like I'm doing the two, I have a job at the Plenipotent company. I'm also running a business at Brain Skills, okay, so I'm an employee at the Plenipotent company, but I'm using the standard term now. To the honest truth is that we don't have employees at the Plenipotent company. We have operatives and team members, different kinds of team members, different kinds of operatives, but we don't have employees. We don't use the word employee. There is a mindset that employees have, and we don't have employees. But what I'm saying is that I'm working for the Plenipotent company the way an employee would work for another company. But Brain Skills Systems and Strategies is my own business. You understand? So it's okay. And that's the model we adopt also in the company. It's okay to work with the company and also build your own business. We'll help you to build your career. We also help you to build your business. So if you are doing the two, you are looking for a job and you're also building a business, or you are working somewhere and you're also building a business, then you need to do 2A and 2B. But if you're only working somewhere, or you are looking to get a job, do 2A. If you are only building a business, do 2B. You understand? So I will read out the assignments. One, write an article that explains the concept of value innovation and summarizes other key ideas in Blue Ocean Strategy by Rennie Mabon and W. Chan Kim. Your article should expatiate on the case study provided in this masterclass and identify specific applications of the key ideas. We had a case study, I showed you something. So how did we apply these principles and concepts of value innovation, Blue Ocean Strategy? How did we apply those principles and ideas and insights in that case study? So identify those specifics, okay? Then two, hey, imagine that you are applying for your dream job. Write an application letter that shows how you will indeed be an asset in very practical ways instead of just being another liability. Okay, that's for those looking for jobs or people in between jobs, or you are working somewhere, you want to you change jobs, or you want to yes, if you are working somewhere and you like where you are working and you feel that they should be paying you more, okay, and you know that the company can afford to pay you more, they are making a lot of money. Instead of writing, another application, you really like the place you are working. It's just that you want to call, you want to be making more money. If you're in that kind of situation, don't write an application letter somewhere else. Okay, write a letter asking for a pay raise. You understand? And tell them how much you are earning, tell them how much you believe the value you are creating is worth. Okay, and show it in specific terms, like we have demonstrated in this session, and then tell them how much you want to earn, which should only be a fraction, okay, of the value you are creating. Then 2B, for those running the businesses, if you are running your own business, develop a sales letter or a proposal to convert a prospect into a customer. The principles are the same. It's just the specific application that is different. If you are looking for a job, you are trying to sell yourself, sell your skills and all of that. If you are running a business, it's the same thing. It's still selling. Okay, it's just the format, okay, and the specifics that are different. So that's the homework. Now, what do you stand to gain if you do all of this homework that we're giving you, okay, and you eventually participate in our global apprenticeship program, you get admitted to the team. So I want to show you just some examples. Okay, you saw you met Ene earlier. Honestly, I didn't plan to share that in the past. Also, it just came like, look, this is even a practical example. So you met her when I shared that email earlier, the email that I shared earlier, when we're talking about somebody that when we're talking about somebody that requested PPA. Okay, so you met her there. Okay, so hello, Ene and Ores, you see, so you met her there. Okay, so now I want to show you how she started, or some of the things that she achieved when she was with us, and we have lots and lots and lots and lots of examples. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's start with this. See what she said here. If you have taken our orientation course, and again, the link to take the orientation course is digitalvineyard.uk/gap intro. Digitalvineyard.uk. Let me type that here so that you see digitalvineyard.uk/gap for global apprenticeship program hyphen then intro for introduction. Once you type this, it will take you straight to the orientation course. You don't need to cram the actual link. But if you are not signed into the platform, you have to sign in first before you can access it. So you have to sign in. If you don't have an account on the platform, you sign up, okay, and you take it. So this is from module 5 in the orientation course. This is what she said, her story. Okay, NS Plenipotent Co story, a journey of self-discovery. I learned how to think through problems and find solutions, and that's one of the things you will learn at the Plenipotent Company. Those are the kind of people we're looking for. So I will just read out her testimonial as she wrote it. I am a trained electrical engineer and mother of 2 young children. You know what that means, taking care of 2 young children. So those have said, I don't have time, I have a lot. This is somebody taking care of 2 young children. Okay, I will just read, no commentary. Again. I'm a trained electrical engineer and mother of 2 young children. I had been out of the work circle for 4 years before I joined the Plenipotent Company. I had no prior experience in technology solutions and very little experience in writing, but I was ready to learn. I was at that point in my life where I was willing to pay whatever price it took to learn what needed to be learned to advance my life. It's 10 months down the line now. That's at the time when she wrote this. It was 10 months then. It's 10 months down the line now, and I have learned so many things that have helped me become better, not only professionally, but also as a person. My leadership and management abilities have been further refined. I have learned people skills and how to think through problems and find solutions. Can you see what we're saying about having a wide range of skills? So it's not just one skill. You need a wide range of skills. It's like cooking soup. You need many ingredients. You cannot just use pepper and oil and your soup. Nobody will eat your soup. Okay, that's the same way. If you are looking for a job or you want to start a business or whatever, you need to have a wide range of skills. I said no commentary, but those commentaries are helpful. So I will be making commentaries when necessary. Okay. Okay, so let's read that again. It's 10 months down the line now at the time when she wrote this. And I've learned so many things that have helped me become better, not only professionally, but also as a person. My leadership and management abilities have been further refined. I have learned people skills and how to think through problems and find solutions. Has this been an easy journey? Absolutely not. There were days I felt stretched to my limits and wanted to run away, but I'm so glad I didn't. If you can stay through the entire Plenipotent Co process, when you come out on the other side of it, you will be delighted to see how transformed you would have become. The Plenipotent Company is not your everyday kind of company. The leadership team are most interested in building capacity in people and equipping them to achieve great things. I have handled personal projects for international companies based on recommendations from the Plenipotent Company. I can go on, but the summary is that joining the Plenipotent Company is one of the best decisions I made in 2022. That was when she joined. Give it a trial if you are serious about self-growth and development, and you'll be glad you did. Ene Bolanta. That's what she said. But me, I will tell you that there is no try. We are exposing you to what you are going to get. There is no try, do or do not. That's it. If you're after what you have learned, after what you have seen here, if it doesn't appeal to you, that means the Plenipotent Company is not your kind of company. Okay, and then maybe you are also not our kind of person, and it's okay. You understand? So just go to the place where you understand. Even Jesus, he went to the place where he knew that okay, this is where it was going to be useful, and people were going to receive him and all. So no try. She said this because she's trying to be nice and all that. That's the way she sees it. But I'm telling you, no try. You either do it or you don't don't do. Just like Jesus Christ said, he that lays his hand on the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom. So decide, I'm going to do this, and then you put all of your effort into it, or I'm not going to do, and you check out. You understand? So that you are not wasting your time and energy, and then you can get to that thing. You won't be like person that's okay, you want to get the benefits, and then you are not ready to put in the work. Okay, you can take the lessons, watch the videos, and all of that, but you have made up that I'm not joining this program. I just want to watch the videos. It's okay. I want to attend the classes. It's okay. But then you cannot now be asking us for the kind of things that are meant for people that went through the process. So make up your mind now. Do you want to go through the process and grow through the process and become transformed at the end of the day, or do you just want to, sample or audit the program and just get knowledge for yourself that you can use in other ways? Whichever one you choose is fine, but do or do not. So decide what you want to do. Okay, don't just try. Decide I want to go through and then go through. Decide I don't want to go through fully. I just want to audit and then do that. You understand? Because that will set the tone for your participation throughout the program. Now, let me show you some things. Why she was, I think it was even close to, well, during the time she was here, so these are some of the things she did. Now, like, do you know what it means if you put, there are some kind of jobs that's being published in a newspaper, a major newspaper, a national newspaper is an advantage. She has at least 2 articles. Now, this is one of them. You can see her name there. This was like around, I think she joined us around January 2022, if I remember. So he was just about 3 months when she did this, and we facilitated it. It wasn't like she knew that this was possible before. So that's a lot of things that are possible that you don't even know that are inside. We help you to bring it out. Okay, and then we facilitated the process. She got published. Do you know what it takes to get published on a platform like this? And not just once. If it's once now, you say maybe it was trial and error. No, this is another one. Okay, this is another one. Also on Guardian, which is one of the leading newspapers. Okay, so this is another one. Okay, that she also wrote. Okay, and then it was published. Just some things. Now, see this also. Now, what I was saying that we recommend, you see what she was saying in that mail, where she said, if we could have absorbed her, or we could have recommended her for the opportunities, because she knows that that's what we do. She knows that we do that for people a lot. Where is it? Let me see. Okay, you see, in addition to that, we would have been able to recommend her for opportunities that would have been of great assistance. So that's what she said, because she has experienced it, so she knows what we can do. So now in this mail, this was in January 2023 that I sent this. Okay, I've blurred out some of the details to protect the privacy of the people concerned. Okay, except for Enel, she's a member of our team, and I'm sure she will be, she doesn't mind us doing this now. So there, what I blurred out is the names of the people I addressed this to. Thank you for choosing to work with us at Brain Skills. Brain Skills is one of the companies in the Plenipotent Company Network, and I told you that is my own business. It's my own business, but it's a member of the Plenipotent Company Network. So you too can start your own business and be a member of the network. But you have to go through a apprenticeship program or some other processes or a coaching program. We'll explain details of all of that as you go along. Thank you for choosing to work with us at Brain Skills over the past few months. Based on the feedback received from our representative, Enebulanta, copied here with, we believe that we can count on her. That's what we're saying. You have to put in the work. Let us see that you can do. Because do you understand? We believe that we can count on her to continue doing a good job. In light of this, we would like to seed the project to her so that you can work with her directly instead of working with the company. I don't know how many companies do this. Companies want to make a lot of money and pay the person working on it a little, and it's okay. That's because they are the ones bearing the risk now. So if you think it's easy, you to go and start your company and be making all the money. And a lot of people say that, just look at them. Are you okay? Do you know what you are saying? Do you know what you are doing? Okay, you worked on a project and maybe the company made 12 million naira on the project profit, and then your own salary is 50,000 per month, and you are seeing 50,000 per month times 12, that's 600,000. And one project that I worked on, the company made 12 million. You to go and start your own company and be making 12 million now. Do you know what the company has invested before they were able to make that 12 million? Do you know the liabilities? Do you know the other projects that they've incurred losses on that they did not talk about, that you don't even know? You understand? Do you get the idea? So that's why companies will make big money and pay you a little, because that's the value you are creating. You understand? But we are in reversing that process. We're saying that yes, we'll bear the risk, but you to come and build with us. If you are building with us and we're sharing some of the risk together, then we also share the reward together. So now, so that you said, don't pay us again, don't pay the company, pay her directly. And that is what they've been doing. So she's been working with the company, they've been paying her directly. We don't even know how much they are paying. We don't want to know. Again, we knew how much it was before, but now we don't want to know. And if we want to know, the only reason we want to know is to see if we can now help her to negotiate and even increase it so that she can even earn more. Do you understand? We're not getting one kobo. It's not something that somebody will recommend you for a program or for a project and say, okay, fine, you'll be giving me 50%, or we're not getting a dime from it. And we do this. Once we have seen that you can do the job, it's your project. Even some of our existing clients, we give them to you. For example, as a company, little by little, we're trying to divest from website development. That's why we do a lot of trainings on that, and all of that. Okay, please give me a minute. My phone is going to shut down. The battery is low. I want to quickly plug it. Okay, I was saying that, for example, we're trying to divest from website development. We're trying to start a company that all the company will be doing will be websites, websites and related stuff. And if we have the kind of people that have shown proficiency, there was somebody we were considering for that, one of a member of our extended network that we're considering for that opportunity, that we just, okay, all of our website clients, take them, they become your clients. And then we gave that person a simple assignment, and the way the person handled it, and the person has been doing well before, but the way the person handled that particular assignment is that, no, we cannot commit. This person is a hired hand. The person is not a thief. The person is not a wolf, but the person is a hired hand. The person, the hired hand, they don't go extra mile. They just do the basic. They just do, and if it's becoming more difficult, they run away. They drop it. So we say, no, we cannot commit this. So if we find somebody that is not a hired hand, someone like Enena, she's a shepherd. She has a shepherd's that she's a good. I can trust her with anything, and I'm saying that, understand. So Orezi too has achieved that. Williams, there are a few people like that. That, okay, I can commit anything to them. You understand? So as a company, those are the kind of people we're looking for. And when we get them, we give them the right opportunities. So like, you can be the one now that we are behind our website development portfolio, and all of our website development clients, they just become your clients. And that is how to really grow in life. You are not growing by your own effort alone. You are growing by inheritance, which is why we said, should be working for an inheritance, not just an income. You understand? So the skills you get, the networks you build, and all of those things, that's the inheritance. Now, this one now, for example, is an inheritance. See what she has published. She can use this for a lot of, you can put it on her CV, okay, and say that, okay, and put some things about. So do you understand? So you are getting things that money cannot buy and things that money can buy. And that will continue to make you money and create other opportunities for you for the rest of your life. Do you understand? So that's the idea, but it's up to you. It's not everybody that will take it. That scripture that we read at first about the voice of wisdom not being heard. The way some other versions put it is that wisdom is crying out in the streets, but people are not listening. This Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20 to 21. Go and read the entire passage. You will see wisdom is crying out, come and buy what I have to sell. This thing will help you, but people prefer folly. They prefer foolishness. So wisdom, the few people that accept, that's what Jesus Christ said, that many are called, few are chosen. Okay, and those few that are chosen, they choose themselves. Not that Jesus wants to take everybody. That's why he said that he that comes to me, I will in no wise cast out. You understand? But he also said that people love darkness. He said the light has come into the world, but people did not accept the light because they prefer darkness. People like where they are being oppressed. They act as if they don't like it, but subconsciously they like it. So that's why they will hear the voice of wisdom and they will ignore. They will look for other things that look attractive, but they are not. Those things are not the real things. So Jesus Christ said that many are called, few are chosen. And there's also something he said that I'm trying to remember now. And it was at the edge of my consciousness before, but you get the idea. So the idea is that, okay, it's up to you to make your choice. Okay. Okay, I remembered the words of Jesus I was trying to remember. He said he came to his own, or okay, maybe not the words of Jesus. I think it was John that wrote it, but I don't remember. It was talking about Jesus. That he came to his own, and his own received him not. But to as many as received him, some of you know that scripture. If you know it, type in the chat or type in the comments. Okay, could just complete it. So, but to as many as received him, he did what? He gave power to become. So what we are doing here is that we're giving you the power to become a value-driven professional, power to become indispensable, power to buy the future. So that instead of just being a fisherman, you become a fisher of men. You understand? Now that's another session entirely. But you get the idea. So, but how many people are willing to pay the price? Someone like Peter, he paid the price. After it looked like it wasn't working, it looked like it was not worth it. So he told Jesus, as he said, Mr. Man, we have left everything and followed you. What is our gain? And Jesus told him what his gain would be, and eventually he himself, he saw it for himself. He was so committed to the point that he was ready to die like Jesus Christ. And then he told them, he said, I don't want to, instead of killing me and crucifying me the way you did Jesus, turn me upside down, turn the cross up, and then they crucified him upside down. Now, do you know what it means for you to lay down your life that way? Like how much his life has been, how much he had been impacted, how transformed he had been to. And now, but that's another thing entirely. But I told you that all of this is modeled after the discipleship model of Jesus Christ. So it's up to you. If you do the work, you will get the results. Okay, I've shared a next testimonial with you, and there are some things you also need to know There are other testimonials. You have seen some of them before, and in every session, we're going to be sharing one testimonial, like real life that you can verify for yourself, not testimonials that some people cooked up. Just like the Bible says again, these things were not done in a corner. I think it was John that said that. They are not, no, sorry, it's not John, it's Paul. Okay, when he was speaking before King Agrippa, he said, I know that the king himself knows these things because these things were not done in a corner. So that's the thing. All these things we're doing is not done in a corner. It's out there, and we'll show you. So there are people you can reach out. Okay, it's true. You went through this book. Okay, so what they will you understand? You don't. It's open. Do you get the idea? It's not like we're trying to cook up anything. No. So there are some things you need to know about the company if you are going to participate in accelerated skills acquisition program and our global apprenticeship program. Now, what we're actually doing with the accelerated skills acquisition program, we're doing two things. Now, people that applied for the global apprenticeship program, if you apply for the global apprenticeship program and you did not really meet the requirements, now sometimes we say that okay, everybody, at least if you put in some effort, you try to do the assignment, don't worry, come in, let us see what you can do, let us see, if you are really ready to do the work. Maybe some things happened that didn't make you complete the assignment. So this is like a makeup, okay, you understand, for that's one. Then for those that also did well, this is like, okay, fine, this is your first introduction to, okay, this is your getting started. You are now getting started. Okay, you get a better picture, a more comprehensive picture of what to expect, and then you can decide, do I still want to do this or do I want to pull out? Do you understand? So it's important that you understand all of these things. At the end of the day, you don't have to work with us in the Plenipotent company, but we're going to ensure for everybody that goes through the process and completes it. And going through the process means that you complete these 6 weeks, okay? And after the 6 weeks, you did so well, and we say, oh, come and join us. And then you join us for 6 months, okay? You work with us for 6 months, and you do excellently well throughout those 6 months. We did not ask you to go away, because if you are not doing well, we ask you to go away eventually, you understand? But you did well throughout the 6 months. If you do that, I can promise you, we're going to get you a job, or we're going to help you to start your business. It may be with us, it may be with one of the companies in our network, but to be a job that you are happy with, a job you're happy to do that is far better than what you are doing before, that will improve your life in every way. Do you understand? That will upgrade you. But we have to see what you have so far. So it's important that you know the kind of company we have. Now, some people say, well, what do you exactly do? Do you do writing? Do you do website development? Do you do publishing? What exactly do you do? People ask those questions a lot, but it's a network of companies, like we said, PlenipotentCo Network. So we do a lot of things, but why we do what we do is more important than what we do. Take note of that. Why we do what we do is more important than what we do. You can read this book, Start With Why. Very, very useful and powerful book. Start With Why. So why we do it. So that's what I want to explain first. Now, and the mindset with which we do it. So that's our philosophy. We approach our work as a sublime act of service that provides opportunities to maximize our potentials while preferring solutions and creating value. And if you have seen everything we do, you see that we're living it out practically. Okay, so that's how we work. So if you are a hired hand, that's why we don't want people that will be working like hired hand. What we're doing is a sublime act of service, a service to God. So we want to give it our best. And as we're doing that, we're developing ourselves, we're maximizing our potentials, we're preferring solutions, we're creating value. So that is the essence of work. It's not the money. The money is an outcome. It's not the purpose. Do you understand? It's an outcome. Whether you are running a business, or you are working at a job, or the money is just one of the outcomes. It's not even the only. It's just one of the simplest outcomes. It's not the purpose. So you see, this is the purpose for which we work. We want to maximize our potentials. We want to provide solutions. We want to create value. Then in the process of that, we capture value in return also. Okay. Then our promise: we offer clients the quality and reliability of a large corporation while innovating with the ease and flexibility of a small business. If you are going to join us, or if we're going to be able to recommend you, you need to understand all of these things. And it's not just by cramming it, it's by living it out. Just like the example I gave about when you are eating well, it will show in your body. It's not that you don't need to write, okay, today I ate rice and fish and milk. Okay, in the morning, in the afternoon, I ate bananas and granules, and I took this. Then in the night, okay, tomorrow, and then you now list out everything you eat every day. You are writing it out, maybe for 3 months or 1 year or something. You can do that. That's what many people do when you are doing exam. You are taking certifications. It's just like saying that, okay, this is the food I have eaten, but is it showing in your body? Do you understand? You have somebody that writes the list of all of those things, and then it's not showing. But somebody that it is showing, that person doesn't need to write a list. Do you understand? So that's why you should internalize these things and leave it out. And we have enough time. We have the first 6 weeks, then we have the next 6 months. We're going to see, okay, whether you indeed have internalized this. And we have said it before, we're not paying you anything. Okay, for the first 3 months, no matter what, that's the time to prove yourself, to show that, okay, you appreciate what we are offering, because we have done this, we've been doing this for years, and we found that many times before we have cast our peers before swine. And Jesus says, I'm referring to Jesus a lot because this is patterned after the apprenticeship model of Jesus Christ, or if you like, you can call it the discipleship model of Jesus Christ. And see, you can make greater impact. Note that, because a lot of people, you want to be on social media. See, the truth is, you can make greater impact in life by spending extended time with a few people. A few people. Now you are on social media, people that don't even know you and all of that. There is a place for that, but there is a time for everything. Seek first, the kingdom. Know what you should seek first. And I've said it many times, it's not religious thing. So just know at each point of your life what is the most important. What should you be going for? If you go for that, all of those other things will eventually come. Do you understand? Okay. So understand this. This is our philosophy. So if you are ready to work with this mindset, we will be able to work together or recommend you and all of that. But if you are just like, let me just make money, so for the first 3 months, you're not even paying. So it's not a matter of lip service. No, yes, because a lot of people are saying, don't pay me anything. I will work. When they start, they run away. So we want to know. So if you are that kind, because the value we're giving you, you can't even pay for it. And what we are spending in actual terms, not just, we didn't just put it, because in actual terms, what we are spending on each person for that 1 year period is a minimum of 3.6 million naira on each person. That is what it costs us. Sometimes projects that we should work on, that we should have charged for, we won't charge for it because we want to give people opportunity to work. So we take the project for free, because if we are charging for it now, maybe it's a project that normally we should deliver it within 2 weeks, and we have the expertise to do that. But because we want people that don't even know anything before to work on it, we first have to train them. We have to put a lot of things in place. We have to review their work over and over again. So something that should be 2 weeks can now be taking 2 months. So if we now maybe we're supposed to take 3 million, for example, now for the project, and we now tell the client, you know what, this project we're going to, like, okay, you can pay, maybe 600,000, for example, something that we should have charged 3 million. You can pay 600,000, or we will do it for free, and all of that. And then, so we now use it as an opportunity for people to develop skills, so that you understand what we are doing. You understand? So that people will now develop skills. Now, those skills, once you develop the skill is your own. Those skills are your own. You can take them anywhere. You can make as much with it. Opportunities will open for you. But we cannot be making that kind of sacrifice, and you still expect us to pay you for it. But like I said, those that work well, those that we pay, like Orezi is now my executive assistant, and he's getting paid, and there are a lot of other opportunities. You saw the experience of Ene also, how we recommended that, and you see what she said herself, and all of that. So it's up to you. Okay. And I've shown you our philosophy and our promise. So this is how we work. We give clients the quality and reliability of a large corporation, but we are innovating with the ease and flexibility of a small business. And this is one of the ways we differentiate ourselves. Okay, talking about the concept of value innovation and creating uncontested marketplace. This is core for us in achieving that. So what do we really do? Now, we have a lot of tools that we use to work. We have a lot of systems and processes, but what we really do, two things. We help organizations to transform challenges into opportunities for innovation, and then we also help them to bridge the gap between big vision and agile execution. Now, we can break that down in some other sessions, but from even what we have covered there, you will begin to get an idea of it already. So this is what we really do. Okay, so that's it. So two things, but we do it in a lot of ways. There are a lot of things that come together to make this happen. Okay, so course to think about in this session, think about this. You build credibility by what you do, not what you say you can do. Nobody wants to sponsor or recommend someone that has not been tested and trusted. That's why people will apply for jobs and you just put a lot of things on your CV. That is what you say you can do. But show us, don't just tell us. Where is your portfolio? Okay, what are the achievements you've had in the past? Okay, how can we see that you have been tested and trusted? And that's the opportunity that this apprenticeship program and the accelerated skills acquisition program, that's what you are going to get from it. So once you do well in the accelerated skills acquisition program, we progress you, to continue with the rest of the apprenticeship program, and then by the end, you would have built credibility. Just like you saw the mail I sent on behalf of Eneda. Fine, we have seen that she can do the work. Don't pay us as company again, be paying her directly, because she has built credibility. You understand? Okay, so I'll read that again. You build credibility by what you do, not what you say you can do. Nobody wants to sponsor or recommend someone that has not been tested and trusted. That's from me, Philip Amiola. Then we have this from Kunal Shah. If you run well, people will come to you and offer Nike shoes. If you go around asking for Nike shoes in order to start running, no one will offer. And that's what many people do. I cannot do it because I don't have this, because I don't have that. They give a lot of excuses. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't want to do something, you'll find an excuse. So think about this. If you, whatever it is, starts. When you are starting and you are doing it well, it's just the same way people say, you are asking for people to pay you, to work. And it's a wrong model. People don't know. See, go and read this book and read it well and make sure you understand it. Reach that, for that. And it's not only they also read The End of Jobs. I've mentioned many books in this session. The End of Jobs. See, people, if you can create value, there is no way you will not get value in return. But people say, pay me first, then I will create value for you. It doesn't work that way. That's why even Jesus Christ says, seek first the kingdom, and all these things shall be added to you. So go first for the value, create that value first, and then the money will come. That's the thing. People don't. That's the power of volunteering, the power of working for free and all. But many people don't realize it, especially when you now have a system that has been structured in such a way that there is no way you can lose out. As long as you commit to the place, there is no way you can lose out. So if you still cannot enter into that kind of system, then that means there is a lot of work that needs to be done on your mindset before you can become a value-driven professional. So if you run well, people will come to you and offer Nike shoes. If you go around asking for Nike shoes in order to start running, no one will offer. It's the same way that if you are doing your work well, people will offer you jobs. But if you want to get a job before you start working, then you won't get a job. You understand? There's a difference between job and work. We have covered that in some sessions in the past. Maybe we'll go over it again. So if you do your work well, you work well, people will come around and offer you jobs. Can you work with us? Can you do this? And that has been my experience and the experience of a lot of people. Say, sorry, we can't even take this project now. Okay, we can recommend somebody else that we, and all of that. So, but if you want to get a job first, before you show what you can do, before you create value, sorry, you will not. Okay. Now, so the next steps, if you are ready to proceed, just take note of these steps. Go to linkup.click/tfeedback and complete the feedback form. Then join the Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program class by going to linkup.click/ASAP. That's where we're going to be answering questions related to the program, providing more resources, supporting you through your journey and all of that. Then after this, then those that succeed in this stage will now be invited to join our workspace. You understand? Okay. Then join the PlenipotentCo community by going to digitalvanguard.uk/RSVP. There you will find link to join our Telegram group, link to join our WhatsApp group, link to our contact form. If you need anything, you should be able to get it once you go to digitalvanguard.uk/RSVP. And like I said, if I encourage you to join our WhatsApp group, join our Telegram group, so that you can keep in touch and get the important updates. This is general. It is not only for those that are in the Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program. For the Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program, the link is linkup.click/ASAP. Then you can also go to Virtual Business School, virtualmentor.com.ng. We have a lot of courses there. For members of the Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program that distinguish themselves, we're going to give you free access to courses on that platform. Okay? We sponsor your access and you don't have to pay. Then the assignments that we're going to be giving you, submit them at digitalvanguard.uk/assignments and organize those assignments properly. That's another thing we're looking for. Probably you shouldn't even mention this, but a lot of people don't even know basic things. Organize it, create folders. For example, now book reviews. You can have a folder for book reviews, have a folder for learning journals. Don't just put everything there just like that, So that's it. So for those of you that you have attempted the apprenticeship program before, you don't need to create another folder. Just update your existing folder, but have different folders. Have a folder for orientation course, then have a folder for ASAP, Accelerated Skills Acquisition Program, have a folder for ASAP, then all of the ASAP assignments, upload them to that ASAP folder, then share the link to the main folder by following the instructions on this page, digitalvanguard.uk/assignment. And that's also one of the things we're looking for, simple instructions. Some people cannot even follow very simple instructions, So go to digitalvanguard.uk/assignment, follow the instructions there, and if you have questions, ask on the discussion platform. We have shared the link to join. Okay. Yes, so this is the link again, linkup.click/ASAP. That's where you join the ASAP class. Then we also have digitalvanguard.uk/RSVP, which is our general community. So if you don't remember anything, at least write out these two links or take a screenshot. Then once you ask your questions here, you'll be able to get answers. Now, closing thoughts. This is also from Jesus Christ. Is in Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. I think it's recorded in some other places too, but here he said, anyone who is not for me is really against me. Anyone who does not help me gather is really scattering. Now, I just felt it's important to mention this also, that many people reach out maybe because of things you have seen and you say, okay, Mr. Philip, like the person reaching out, for example, saying that we should write a letter to request and all of that. Now, if you are not gathering with me, if you are not working with me, you are not helping me to fulfill the vision that I'm working on, what God has sent me to do, the mission 2046 we talked about. We want to help people to get jobs, and prepare them for it, and recommend them, do recruitment, and want to help 3 million people get jobs that each of them will be earning at least 10 times the minimum wage, and then all of these other things, you are not helping me to do that. Then that means what you are doing, you are not gathering with me, you are scattering. And I don't have time for the people scattering. I don't want anybody to scatter my work. I don't want anybody to scatter my attention, to scatter my focus. That's why, for example, I rarely reply to GMs, except maybe we have an engagement before, or we have a reason we have scheduled it. I don't. So if you have anything to post it on the group. And if, like I said, if you have nothing to hide, there is no problem with that. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm just saying this so that because a lot of people will want my time, want my attention, want my energy, so that you will understand why I'm, looking like I'm unreachable, quote and unquote, because I can be reached by the people that are building with me. But if you are not building with me, then you are scattering, and I will not let you scatter me. That's what Jesus himself says. See, anyone who is not for me is really against me. Anyone who does not help me gather is really scattering. You understand? So just to understand that. So if you want to help me gather, you are welcome. So as you are gathering, now we're gathering together, then we can share, further together. Okay, so it's just like the disciples. Jesus Christ will talk to the multitude, and then in the private, the disciples will, we don't understand this thing you have said, and then he will explain to them, break it down, show them a lot of other things. That's the way. So you are still in the multitude until you complete the 6 months, okay, of the apprenticeship program, and we see that yes, you really have value to offer. Then you will have access to my private number, my private WhatsApp account, everything. You'll be able to reach me, when necessary. And this is very serious. Like, see, at the time of making this presentation, at the time of recording this presentation, I've been away from home for like going to 3 weeks now. I left home with we just had a baby. We had a baby in October 2023, and that was just like maybe about 6 weeks or thereabout after I had to leave home. But I had already discussed with my wife before we had agreed, and I knew that. So, and I'm going to be the kind of conditions I've created for myself, just to showing you how important this is, and you can pick some lessons from that for yourself too. The kind of conditions I created for myself is like being in prison, because there are certain places I must not go outside, and I'm the one that put myself under that condition. So you need to learn to put yourself under conditions that will make you productive. And now, in fact, as I'm doing this right now, is the time for baby dedication, because I'm doing this on a Sunday, and it's today, the day I'm recording this now. You may be watching it at some other time, but the day I'm recording, that's the day for baby dedication, and I'm not even there. And you imagine, and I'm not even going to be with my family for Christmas. I probably won't be with them for New Year. It's part of the sacrifice. I'm going to be away for 60 days, locked up, just doing stuff, and this is part of the things I'm doing. So I cannot be doing that, investing my energy, investing everything, and then somebody saying they don't have time. Somebody giving all the kind of excuses. I don't have time for them. Do you understand? Because everybody has to make their own sacrifices. I'm making my own. You make yours, and what I've said is just small out of everything I'm doing. To just make sure that these things work. You understand? Okay. So let's take our closing prayer. As the seed of Abraham, by reason of God's grace and mercy upon my life, I have unlocked the growth potential and profitability in what I am doing. These are created options. I have chosen the straight and narrow path of using the liberty my position has given me for its true goal, which is to be innovative and to multiply what I have through cooperation, being a blessing to others. With my face set upon my new goal of building a globally scalable $1 trillion company, I daily appropriate these by using my words, God's promises, to impress images of our future on my heart, and then thanking God faithfully because this is my new experience. We have delegated the units of labor here to the right people with the right talent and attitude, without any form of partiality based on past emotional bonds. They, in turn, under the influence of the intent and images of the Holy Spirit, have been highly productive, all working together for the common goal. We have created systems and structures to deal with the complex issues our growth brought, and we have done this without dropping the ball even once. We responded to every negative feedback with compassion, easily touched with the feelings of their pain. We were highly accurate in predicting the future that wasn't apparent, and also in executing our strategies. Our new position brought us fierce competition, but as the scripture says, I declare to my seed, you have possessed the gates of your enemies and inherited the wealth of the Gentiles. My seed, the Plenipotent Company, though you started as the smallest in the garden, you have become the most dominant institution in your field in this nation. I declare to every single person in this outfit that the life and wisdom of God works in you, and you have performed with an excellent spirit. Having experienced and learned how capital truly unfolds in a situation, I am now set for the next phase of my life. Okay, so remember the assignment. Okay, this was what I did before I upgraded it. So this is the assignment now. So remember, if you have not taken a screenshot before, you can take it now. Okay, Don't ask on the group that, okay, I don't remember the assignment. Don't because some of these little things, being diligent, very important. Take a screenshot now. Okay, take a screenshot now, and then you can ask questions about what you don't understand, but don't ask us to repost the homework. It shows that you were not paying attention in the first place. Okay. Now, someone is saying, is it that hard? Yes, it's that hard. You have to put in the work, put in the effort, and all of that. So it's like, be serious, take this seriously. But the way people, let me just leave that. I believe we've said enough already. So if this is important to you, then treat it as important. Okay, so that's the homework. By the way, we're going to make this recording available for a limited time. So you still have time to go over it, and go over it if you need to. Thank you very much. And bye for now.